I believe we are live. This is the first episode of We Kill Monsters, the D&D live show where some friends try to survive second lockdown and isolation by playing a game that's about isolation, but we'll see how we go. So let's get stuck in. I'm going to read out the initial bit of the adventure. Some of us have never played before, so this should be pretty interesting for anyone watching. Please bear with us. We are trying to have fun. Icewind Dale has become trapped in perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass over the sign of the world exceedingly treacherous. And this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Auril, the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Sorry, I'm nervous. I actually forgot the rest. 1 second. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as tent towns. They drop off in caravans from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frostmaiden with sacrifices of some kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, Tent Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. Our story begins on a cool, dark night, as a lone dark shape disturbs across the eerily still, icy landscape. It is in fact a large passenger carriage, one of 3 that originally set out across the mountain pass to bring much-needed relief to Tent Towns. The conductor, a strong-looking man in the twilight of his life, wipes his goggles with a gloved hand and appears to be relieved by what he sees in the distance. He turns his head slightly towards the coach and yells out, "We're nearly there, folks. Gods be thanked." The carriage continues to speed along the way and comes eventually to a very large 30-foot wall of wooden logs. The conductor yells something to the top and the gates slowly open and the carriage is able to weave through what now appears to be a large settlement with many houses with lights on, but no one in the street. And this is where it halts and stops. The conductor hops off and opens up the door, and a couple of people step out. This is where Mary and men can introduce their characters and describe them. So,
you go first, man.
Thanks. A very haunted figure looks around. I don't know what I'm
you can describe him physically.
I can,
Just describe your character. You know,
okay.
Tall,
The way he
color of your
looks.
skin, the way, you know, are you strong? Are you
Okay.
You know, do you have any tattoos? What clothes? You know, are they fancy clothes, cheap clothes, torn? All that kind of stuff. When we look at you, what do we see?
That makes sense. Thanks. Because I was like, I don't know what's going on. What's happening?
I was like,
A relatively tall figure with very dark and goldish skin, with wearing very raggedy clothes that have shown that he's been through battle many a time, but at one point used to be quite regal looking, but they've lost their shine and elegance. Muster, that was it. Over the many years they've been worn. Our character or figure is about 5'7" with very long dreadlocks, adorned with gold rings around them. Yep, there we go.
I step off the caravan. Is it the coach? So my character is Xu'Xa Bay. She's a tiefling of the Levistus race or the Levistus heritage. I don't know if anybody
Yeah, you don't need to go into that.
really
much
goes
detail.
into
just
that.
to describe what we see.
Just what we see.
Okay, so she's roughly medium height, sort of 5'5", maybe slightly above average height. She's got a thick fall of long, straight black hair that was once, I think, in a braid, but has over some distance or some traveling, it's come loose from its braid, and it's kind of a little bit fluttering about the place, and there are tendrils going everywhere. She's wearing quite sort of modest garb, but very old but well taken care of, I would say, but weathered. Definitely has been worn for many years. At least the kind of like light leather wear that you'd wear under what is quite a heavy cape, and she's got quite a heavy sort of furry kind of cape around herself. Sort of quite medium sized but thick gold horns coming out of the top of her head, and eyes that are quite gold, but I guess if she gazes upon you for too long, it looks as if the color of gold intensifies. She's got a smattering of gold freckles, but they only seem to glow in the dark. That's when it's nighttime. And okay. Sorry. And she seems to come what up one, almost a new type, just visibly.
The conductor approaches these two figures and says, "Gods, we weren't gonna make it. Guys, it's been a tough year. Welcome to Bryn Shander. You need to start unloading the carriage."
I don't know if we're doing character names. It's easy to yes, I know. I just wanted
my
to
name.
Would hell up.
just for the sake of.
As your goods begin to be unloaded by the carriage, you notice that some people are gathering the coach, but there is quite a large group of people in town already, and they seem to in the market square, and they seem to be facing towards this sort of wooden platform, on which there's a couple of figures. Quite close to you, the largest man, I guess, that you looking at this platform and introduce your character.
Cool. Bald, 7 foot tall guy. It's like this stony skin. It's like grayish blue.
I did it. He's doing it myself. Sorry.
That's
Apologies.
But you know, everybody in town is like walked up in their furs and he's got again a grayish waffled kind of look, and that's it. Got a staff, little hatchet. This looks like an outdoorsman.
Cool. The coach driver is almost finished unloading the carriage, and he's some of the packages that were on top and side to various different people. One figure, dwarf, female dwarf, look at him, not with this, just kind of sort of just you're late. Well, it's not easy over the mountains, as you well know. I don't even know how to get the caravans for you. He just grabs the box out of his hand and walks off. You notice she's joined by sort of 4 guards, I would say, sort of helpers, people that are sort of, and in the distance, alone. And this figure, you notice something very particular about it, which is it doesn't appear to be wearing clothes that are appropriate for the climate. It's very, very cold. It's looking -20, -30 degrees. He seems to be a light mariner's jacket, like he's ready to sail on a boat down south. As you notice, the people on top of the wooden platform speaking. Come on, everybody, come close. It's time to pick out who's going to be selected. Sheriff, if you do the honors. And you notice one of the people on the stage is a large, sort of ebony-skinned, burly man in the prime of his life, wearing sort of armor and a long, sort of furred cloak, sorted inside. And he brings forth this container, appears to be sort of a small barrel that he's holding onto. And pops the lid and seems to rummage on the inside and pulls out a single piece of parchment paper. You can't see, it's a bit far. And he calls out a name. I had it written down, but all this trying to get the stream work, I've lost all my notes from the confusion. I'm gonna say, that's all right. And he calls out in a deep, powerful voice. Holgar, the shoemaker. And he, hands it over to the female person that had announced that they were going to start. And as she reads it and confirms, you see that one small family that appears to be a man, a woman, and 3 children begins sort of sobbing, with the man comforting both the woman and the kids. And the ebony-skinned man ends up saying, Order, order. The choice has been made. Good luck until the next moon. And the crowd begins to disperse. And as this happens, another figure comes and has sort of been circling the caravan and trying to keep an eye out on the various people that were approaching and introduce your character. This is the figure you see sort of having a look and scrutinizing. He's looking for something.
You see a tiefling with deep wine-red skin and pale yellow eyes, like lamplights. His thick, long horns protrude from his brow and loop around, a bit like a black dragon, if you've seen the artwork, or the Balrog from Lord of the Rings, that sort of shape of horns that loop around. Thick furs envelop what looks to be standard issue uniform, in a perpetual state of fidgeting them, like you can never quite get the cold out. Very uncomfortable and very miserable. His uniform, uniquely though, you can tell this uniform, but has a different color scheme to some of the others you might have seen passing through town. blue sections of it with what looks to be the sigil of a black stenciled ship adorn this side, and at his side is a sword which doesn't match some of the others you've seen. It's a long sword with a rounded, almost square point, as opposed to a piercing point. I fucking hate this place. And he draws his cloak in further around him.
Klaus, the conductor, has finished unpacking everything and giving all the supplies that he brought over to the various people that they were for. And looks at you guys and says, well, best of luck, folks. I'm going to have a well-earned rest and a night. So gives you a signal and is off. So what do you do? It's pretty cold out here. Like I said, it's minus 20, minus 30. It's pretty chilly, even in your winter gear. And the folks have begun to disperse and sort of go to various places. You have heard of the local inn called the North Look, and you were told that's probably the best place for people from out of town to sort of, look for jobs or, find out what's going on. It's kind of the place where the rumors get sort of shared. Romeo.
Akeem, feeling hungry after a long journey, feels it might be quite important that we get somewhere warm and where we could potentially get some food, and asks those around him, what thoughts do you have?
I keep my distance, he's not talking to me as well at this point, right?
You're pretty much the only ones that have are left gathered around the caravan.
So I'm next to them as well.
You were trying to inspect the caravan, you know why.
Two new people in town, I'm just going to be like, cheap beer this way.
So,
I come
Right.
Never gets me out of the wind.
People.
So you begin to walk towards the direction. And you notice you guys to the place like this. The roofs are almost vertical in how slow to keep the snow off. Buildings are mostly 2 or 3 stories high. They look kind of very, very tall, and just pretty frozen. The ice and snow has been packing on for a long time. You notice that quite a few people are heading over to the tavern. And they're just walking. Some of them are walking, others are goodbye, and each going to their homes.
Just walk on ahead, not waiting for the others, heading to the tavern.
Okay.
Well, that was an interesting welcome to our town here. That's why I don't spend much time here. Sorry, I know I'm not good with meeting people. My name's too long, just call me Rover.
Nice to meet you, Rover.
Nice to meet
I'm
you.
Akeem.
Akeem.
You're walking together. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, that's fine. No, go.
And
Reach the door of the inn, and it looks pretty inviting inside. The warm glow of the firelight and the coziness of the fact that it's full of people right now looks pretty inviting. You walk in.
I hold the door open for the others after I walk in.
Cool. As you walk in, you see like lots of little conversation going on, like at all the various tables and booths, and yeah, it just looks like it's buzzing with sort of kind of gossip, excitement. You see a lot of glad faces. They seem relieved for some reason. In fact, in particular, you see sort of this ruddy, sort of red-haired looking dwarf fellow sort of jump on a table and says, "Thank the gods, finally. I thought I was gonna get that one. Around on me." People sort of cheer and shout and kind of go to the bar to sort of grab themselves around a beer.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Can we get involved?
Yes.
I will go up to the bar, and it's established that he's getting around, right?
Yeah.
This dwarf fellow. So I go to the barkeep and says, "What do you have that's hot?"
Hot, as in temperature.
Yeah,
To drink or to eat?
to drink.
I can give you some mulled wine.
I need something strong to keep me warm. Oh, I'm sorry. You do your thing.
Hands over a glass of wine and looks up to the rest of you guys that are sort of gathering around. Welcome to Bryn Shander. New faces, eh? I think I've seen that fellow before. Welcome back.
Just here for my usual beer.
Rover said that you had some great ale, so I'd like your strongest ale, please, sir.
Oh, hope you're ready for that. These dwarves make pretty strong ale.
Well, bring it on. We've had a long journey.
He sort of pumps from the cask, sort of this. You could swear the first squirt from the tap was almost solid looking, but the rest has to come out as liquid. And he sort of gives it to you.
Do I know what that is? I've been here a while.
You just know it's some of the stronger sort of dwarven ale that the shield dwarves like to drink. And what will it be for you?
I will have whatever is strong and cheap.
Strong and cheap?
Strong and cheap.
All right. How about some gnomish brandy? I think I have some of that. That's not too expensive right now. Well, actually, it's on the house right now. Well, it's on that fellow over there. Name of Ulfgar. You can thank him. So
Wait, what was his name?
Ulfgar.
Sorry. Ulfgar. Okay. Thank you.
But just let me double check what a spirit is. I don't have it on my butt. I have wine, but not spirits. All right, I'll double check on that. But a pitcher of wine is 2 silver pieces, just so you know. Like.
Oh,
Okay.
damn. Expensive.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Okay.
gives you your drinks. Any food?
Yes.
I
Yes.
ate beforehand.
I'll have the house special, whatever that is.
Okay, we have-
Surprise me.
Excellent. Any food for you?
None for me. This ale's a little tougher than I thought.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'll send it to your table.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah, that's a lesson I'm learning.
I'm sorry. Or
It seems quite crowded.
there's some communal tables as well, like long ones, and there's a couple of spots where you could all sit together potentially.
Is there like a booth?
Yeah, sure. There's one booth left.
I will just taking the initiative, go and sit in a booth.
Do you guys follow?
Yeah. May we join you?
It's a free Arctic shithole.
Not gonna get a better invite than that around here.
True.
Again, this is why I don't come to town.
As you
Trust
sit,
me, I'm not here by my own volition either.
As you sit down in your booth, you notice that over the hearth, this sort of large fireplace with sort of roaring fire, and you see there's like a, pot stewing inside, a couple of roast chickens roasting on sort of a fire spit. There's a plaque with a very, very large red fish, and a little golden plaque underneath that says "All Bitey."
You look like they're missing.
No.
So whoever called by is probably not in the building.
As I take my first sip of my drink, I look over to where Ulfgar, is it Ulfgar, the dwarf?
Ulfgar, yeah.
Ulfgar.
Mm-hmm.
And am I less than 30 feet from Ulfgar?
Yes, yeah, you'd be close enough.
So telepathically, I send him a message to thank him for my drink.
He's already quite deep into his drinks, so that kind of surprises him a little bit, and he seems to slip off the table. He was kind of sort of cheering and sort of, with his drink in hand, sort of singing a song on top of the table, and he almost slips off and looks around, for the.
And I raise my glass to him, not oblivious to the idea that I might have caused this in any way. Just thanks for my drink.
And he sort of smiles, but also looks a little bit confused, but brushes it off. He's already quite drunk and just goes back to talking to the people. But he sits down now.
You watch as the tiefling reaches into the folds of his cloak and takes out a stack of years to be not finished, and carefully takes out a small quill and resumes writing where he left off.
While you're doing that, I'm going to new people in. So, what brings you all the way out here?
A little I was trying to make sure that I realize. I say, I'm looking for something. There's been trouble where I came from, but I'm looking to retrieve and help those in need.
Came here to.
I look at him as well,
looking confused. I feel like you have.
No.
Do tell.
So, man, whoever's close to this place.
Right.
They haven't had a summer here.
I did not know this.
Because people are dumb. They're blaming God, and sacrificing a person every so often will appease the god.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't worked yet, but they keep doing it.
Oh my.
Okay.
And that's what that was.
Ah, okay.
I only come to town for the beer. I'm much better off out in the wastes.
Gosh. Well,
How's that ale going?
I should put it down, but I've made my decision. So, not to lose face in front of the others, okay. I say, I think I'm getting the hang of it, but really it's starting to more and more.
So, this is the first dice roll. If you want to go to your character sheet, where it says saving It's under top number. The numbers at the top. There's a little on the left side of them. It's frozen.
Yep.
The one
Yep,
that
got
says the one on the little number there. Okay, you are now drunk.
Oh.
Seems about right.
Very nice of tasty smelling of soup, fishy soup gets in front of by a sort of the other tables.
Akeem asks, "What is that?"
It's like a very, very rich sort of chowder.
Excellent. I love different from clearly different places. Wait to try this. So deep breath.
It's really, really good.
And it's really hot, so I realized that initially because I've been kind of greedy, and I just sort of. That's not because it's bad. It's extremely hot.
Excuse me a moment. And I pop the quill, quick dry the ink, stuff the letters back into the cloak, and head up to the bar.
Cool.
Give me one of what she's got.
All right, knucklehead chowder. That is. Anything else?
A couple questions as well, actually. Yes. A moment.
Quite busy, so you'll have to be quick.
There's a general store in town. To my knowledge, prolific in supplies it can bestow or sell to those who need.
Sure. You probably mean, depending on the supplies you mean, but if you're looking for the large place, I think you're looking for the black iron blades.
Black iron blades, I believe that's the one.
Yes.
The other one.
It's called Dollar Emporium, and that's more of a trade house. But it's great.
Right. No. I think what the
No problem.
What did the what chowder cost?
Chowder costs 3 pieces.
Okay.
No, sorry, that's a meal. I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna call it 5 copper pieces.
Okay, so oh god, I gotta break a gold piece here. Cool. I'll mark it. Turn the table with my shotgun.
As an already.
I returned.
When you get back, you just see Rover just he's fruits that he's just touching on.
There's a hole in his pocket. His money used to be.
Oh, no.
And realizes that not him.
As this is happening, you're gonna say?
Telepathically notice this and send a message. Just quickly say, "I can you."
So you hear inside your head
Mm-hmm.
the voice that directs as. Sorry, time for
Zaka.
So you hear Xu'Xa's voice inside your head saying that.
Akeem. Akeem is wondering whether this is the ale. He looks up to realize that it's Xu'Xa, and not wanting to says, I'll be fine. I've got
It was just so deeply.
But you wouldn't have noticed. You wouldn't have known that she did that.
No. I'm pitching my
Okay. No, sorry. You would have because you heard it.
Oh,
No
I
one
heard
else
it?
didn't. No.
Oh.
I'm going to
thing.
Okay. Oh.
Watching.
As you guys are sort of eating your swords, and you notice a figure to be elven and female to the professor, the barman, the person that was at the bar, and he just points over in the booth over there, where you. There's people singing at this point. They're glad to be sent to the waste. She comes and sort of goes right up to the booth and looks at you smiling and says, "Hello.
It's a free Arctic shithole.
Right." He takes the seat.
He's like that. Just
Graysteel. Pleasure to meet you all. You are?
Caliban. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, I'm sorry. I just really hate getting.
You must really like this place then. Back in English.
Rover. Yeah.
Rover. Excellent.
I'm Akeem.
Nice to meet you.
Xu'Xa Bay.
Excellent. Hi. Sorry for your lovely evening. I just wanted to just asking and yeah, I assume as you're new in town, you probably don't have any.
I'm hearing.
Sorry?
Do I have any idea who this person is?
No, you haven't seen her before.
Not heard any mention of that name.
Not from where you. Not from based.
Cool. Proceed.
You might have seen her around, so you spotted her once or twice, but you never interact, and she hasn't really.
Yeah. It was like some fine. Yeah.
But definitely for Akeem, is not because he's new to the land. He's not seen her before.
No.
Cool. But hearing the words is something that resonates really well with it. He's trying to, so he jumps up, drunk, stumbling. You have my magic at your. How may I?
Wonderful.
And stumbles and falls down.
This may, in fact, require a little. I have been studying this here in, and I believe there's a way to make this weather fire at least somewhat.
You mean without killing people?
Most definitely. I don't think this is working. So, basically, I don't know if you've heard of them. There are spirits, Chwingas, that seem to be inhabiting this region. They are strange looking, to have power over the elements. They seem to be able to affect weather. And I have not. And I'm really interested because I believe that powers might be able to be channeled to undo whatever is happening here. But I just have not had any luck whatsoever at finding one myself. Would you guys be interested? Yes.
Before we proceed, quick background, shall we say? No, what I've heard of them.
You might not have heard the name, but roll history check.
Or nature.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. So
Go first.
you you can roll an Arcana check.
And that's for knowing herself.
No, in the with your what you do remember is that you have never come across it. But,
Just for the sake of the
Rover.
new players and anyone watching as well, a dirty 20 is when you roll. You don't roll, but I have a +2 to it, and so I got 20. So it's a different. Sometimes it's a crit, so just helps
Okay.
by things.
Because I was like, sure, we're just calling numbers dirty now.
I understand. Like,
Currently, you use the
20 or
term
an actual
modified as you like.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because I was like, cool, just in those words,
Yeah.
cool it up.
Just to explain, it's the same thing with a 1. So say you had a negative modifier and you rolled a 3 and it was -2. Well, then you got a 1, but you didn't get a natural 1, which was natural 1. That's just my. That's how I play. That's how I know. I just, you know.
To the time, a little bit. Hello.
so,
Dannika?
all right.
what's
Dannika Graysteel.
Yeah, Dana.
So Ben, what you saw several times in the countryside was string that we made almost of winter. Sometimes wearing strange things, and
Yeah, I dropped out.
wearing strange, and at least one of them was riding a small fox. And you wonder if that might be what she means. It was always in the distance, but you might have seen a couple. If you guys are up for it, I would be willing to pay 25 gold. I'll tavern pretty much every evening for the next while I'm staying just upstairs. Yes.
Does it have to be alive?
Yes, please. I don't think it'd be much use dead.
Are you
Fine.
talking about people that ride the spot?
Hey, people.
The Chwingas.
Yeah.
Yes, they're small creatures. They look like tiny little sort of almost toys, like dolls walking around.
Yeah. I think I might have seen.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, in the distance. In the.
Oh, I wish I have never even been able to see one at a distance. So, that sounds like you might be able to find them. So the job will be 25 gold pieces if you safely return with a live one at hand. Well,
Is it lower if they're dead?
because I don't think they'd be
Counter proposal. I'll tap tonight as a down payment, and you get 25 gold.
I'm not sure how big drinkers you are. I don't know if I'd be gambling away more than I'm prepared to spend on this. But I'll tell you what, I'll buy you the next 2 rounds.
A meal.
he just flicks something in his bag and looks just a plain small tomato to you.
Yep, that works.
Do you eat it?
Oh,
You catch it.
well. I do grab it. I shouldn't. I'm gonna.
It's just the most nourishing tomato you ever had. You're full. It's
Oh god.
like a full like stew, dessert, everything. You are satisfied.
Much so. This is wonderful, and it's also helping to soar up. So to Rover. Rover that.
Rumbling kind of, in her and stuff. And she pulls out a little lantern, pops it onto the and says, oh, sorry guys, this will help you. It is, sorry, I need to realize Appendix D. Designed to light up in response to getting close to these types of creatures, elementals. So if you carry it with you from town to town or around the countryside as you try to look for these, it will start to glow when you're within 300 feet. It will glow bright green when that happens. And you'll be able to know that you're close by. If you could please return it safely once it's done.
Accept lantern.
Brian says, all right, I'll just go set up your tab. Leave? Long day. I'm ready for the evening.
Be willing to ask you questions on your complete.
Sure, most definitely. Anything I can do. She sits up, puts it back on her shoulder, to this part.
Do you say, do you need to sleep first, or
Well, I'm in the cold at night, but I thought you do so. I thought other people didn't do so well.
I'm going to be miserable either way, so it's all the same to me. I'm asking for the other two.
The orange berry just eaten revitalized me, and I'm ready to. Although it's been a long journey before, I have rested enough sitting down and eating, so I can go.
Two. Let's do it.
Anything for a drink. I like to where
I believe you might on the eastern side of the mare clothed women, and they also go far into the tundra, like sort of.
Into the GM. We don't have to go off and do our own thing, or
yes, you can. It makes the adventure a bit harder. It's better for the game to stick together as much as possible. But if there's everything you want to do on your own, you can tell me, and we can go to complete. Then we'll be way.
Different story.
Say to Harvest go over here and half of us go here, and there's a big bad that you have to fight. You know, you
Yeah,
don't-
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, screw you.
Open.
Again, 6 p.m. something like that, and you've been so kind of now evening from the sort of mid-afternoon that you arrived at. It's night though. Remember, the sun does not rise above the mountains in this land, so it's barely twilight between the hours of anything like that, and after that, it goes away and it's night for the rest of the day.
Hold up, folks.
Mm-hmm.
You keep going.
Oh, I'm gonna ask you, DM. Just thinking here, of how to put it. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay. So.
Immediately.
track. We don't get beer money if we don't capture it.
I like that you can
That's what I meant. Anywho, yes.
Okay.
Like, the Rover is, you kind of get the sense that he only has money to come in and buy beer, otherwise he wouldn't come into town. He'd just go off and live out in the wild. But he can't make beer.
If you would accompany me on this pit stop, we can then go. It's a minor thing I need.
Men's just told me that some family just showed up and he's got to drop out.
Sorry, folks. I gotta go. But this was fun.
Oh, God.
See you, man. Bye.
Alright. I gotta change something on the stream because when he drops out, the screen looks different. 1 second. Alright. Okay. Cool, so which way do you head?
Are they coming with?
Yeah.
I would like to head to the Black Iron Blitz.
Okay.
I'd like to think that Akeem was feeling like, yeah, I can do this, I can do this. And just went, like, fell asleep at the table.
Yeah. That'd be so good.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, we can do that.
We'll let him sleep this off.
Yes. Yes.
Can I quickly rifle through his pockets without alerting the other two?
I mean, okay, well, roll for sleight of hand check.
Natural 1.
They see you and look at
So
you
I
like,
catch you.
what are you doing?
He already said he didn't have gold.
So, can I change?
Fine. Just leave him in the booth.
I'm gonna change the you can see. There we go. You should be able to see now the video that's the microphones are the slot, which is outside. You're going to the Black Iron Blades, which are back the way you came from the town center. But outside, you hear some footsteps. Sorry, no. There we go. As you step outside, you see coming through the gates 3 stock towards you. They have snowshoes backs, nice sticks fastened to the belts, and 2 of them have thick beards. The third one holds up a gloved hand and says, a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, "Well, I'm home. My friends, We really need some help.
Speak and be quick.
Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. We're the survivors of a group of dwarves tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots, much needed supplies to Bryn Shander and kill one of our. The rest of us fled. I'm ashamed to say, the Yeti tour Ubok Lim. Really need someone back and get the sled for us. As we offer you each 50 gold pieces. And
For man's attention.
the friendship of the dwarves of Icewind Dale is also a boon in these tough times.
You tell me, Yetis.
They're fucking terrifying.
Any vulnerabilities I could know about?
I don't know, pointy things. We didn't stay to check.
Do I know anything about Yetis?
I was about to ask as well.
Caliban, but
Okay.
Rover, so okay, so for what I can tell you is I realize why it does it all with paper. It's hard. With that, you know that they don't have anything. You know that they're able to. That they're pretty much immune to anything related.
Does he share that with us?
I would say they're like me. Used to the.
I'm to the dwarves. I say, do you have any oil?
Just the thing here, these lanterns here.
I hold my hand out.
Okay. Sure. What do you need this for?
I snuff out the unscrew the part where there is the oil, and I begin slowly draw my sword, coating the blade with the oil, and I turn to him and I say, emergency situation.
Right. Okay. She keeps coughing. She has got a really raspy voice. You feel like, you know, at least like 150 years of smoking a pack a day kind of thing.
Where's the sled?
Oh, she gives you directions of where they came from. Basically, they were following the road that leads to the North Gate. You know, it's a while away. Up north. But she also to you and says, if you don't have snowshoes, you'll realize it's been snowing heavily and it'll be hard to walk across without them.
Are they wearing snow?
They have some on their backs, yes.
I look at their snowshoes.
If it's not part of starting, we already have a set pack. It's not part of starting equipment.
Sure, you would.
Yeah.
I look at their snowshoes very obviously.
Okay, well,
I'm kind of throwing both Xu'Xa and Akeem a look, being like, you're in Icewind Dale and you don't carry shoes with you?
I turn to him and I say, I'll give them back.
one of the other figures, one of the bearded ones, the one that was pointed to as Coral, sort of mumbles under his breath, fuck's sakes, and he grabs some gold out of his little pouch, and he gives you enough gold for snowshoes. Is
I graciously accept and I said, I honestly would have settled for simply borrowing yours, but if you like.
so we need them, fuckface.
Like I'm sure you need your sled.
Where is... Okay, so snowshoes are 2 gold pieces a piece, so he gives you 4 gold to cover, because Rover already has some.
Alright, we should probably move quickly. Lord knows what's gonna happen if that sled gets blanketed by snow. or if something else finds the site.
You can find some snowshoes at the Black Iron Blades. I believe they sell some.
Perfect. And I just wordlessly head that way, having... Well, I turn and say, where do I find you when that's done?
We'll be staying at the inn, Northlook.
I nod and I say, fair play. I turn to the others and I say, you coming? Towards the Black Iron Blades.
I'm just gonna wait here. I need to go north anyway, so I'm just gonna wait for you to go and come back.
I'm coming to you because I need snow boots, I think.
Cool.
I'm guessing.
As you walk down...
Would I be able to coat my sword in the lantern oil in a sort of even application, just before I want to?
I mean, it's pretty cold, so it will stick to the blade. It's gonna be very sticky. If you want to lie when you're close, if that's what your intent is.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I want to just have it there, like, coated, and then light it on fire when I want.
Sure.
Is your sword in a... is your sword in a...
I took it out. I'm guessing if I put it in the leaf, it'll fuck. You know what? I'm just gonna hold on to the lantern oil and do that when we're closer. But I oil to my inventory.
Okay.
Flask of oil.
So you head to the Black Iron Blades. You notice there's pretty much no one outside. There's lights in. Sometimes you see people having a look at the sort of nasty. Much time outside. So after that. My wireless. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Batteries on the receiver. All right. So you make your way to the Black Iron Blades, and it's a large so you make it to the door.
Xu'Xa, and I say, I don't necessarily expect this to be the case, but the chance of needing to make a quick exit are going to be not zero. Can you handle yourself?
I just nod.
Good. And I walk in.
Okay, so as you walk in, you see a Dwarven female sort of polishing sort of the counter, and sort of looks up. She's surprised that anyone would come in. Back and sort of yell out. And sort of looks at you all and says, "What do you for?"
going to retrieve a lost item, so gonna be heading out into that. And I just point to the window where I'm guessing there's snow very obviously falling out.
It's like, oh, well, good luck. What can I get you for that?
Couple of snowshoes, ideally.
Excellent, excellent.
And some for me too.
Perfect.
That's why I said a couple of pairs of snow. Never mind.
Just in case they didn't get it.
And I thought you were after shoes, not pairs.
So he grabs some. It's one of the items that you. There's quite a stack of sort of ready at hand, as well as like crampons and pickaxes and things for doing various wintry climbing and going across icy landscape stuff. So he grabs and kind of looks at the size of you guys and guesstimates and puts one pair in front of you, Xu'Xa, and a pair in front of you.
I just say 10.5. Thanks.
How much? I ask how much they are.
And he says, yeah, it's 2 gold pieces a pair. 2 gold pieces a pair, please.
Cool. I hand over.
Yeah.
I mean, my 2 gold I was given, or he gave me both. So I just hand over 4 gold, which was what the dwarf gave us.
Excellent.
Boy, this place sure has
Oh,
everything.
okay. I'm just gonna add the money back. How do I? Okay. How do I add this back?
I put on a slightly less miserable, like, force myself demeanor and say, boy, this place sure has everything.
Well,
Does
we
it?
try.
Does it? I kind of look around like, yeah, as if it definitely doesn't.
Oh, short, I bet you attract custom all over Icewind. Very fine establishment.
You've only been here 2 months, and so I'm gonna have to make you roll a history check.
Oh, I was lying.
No,
Like,
no,
I'm
but
not-
roll a history check.
Has he been here for 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But your character
That's a
doesn't know
4.
that yet. A 4? Okay, so now you
plus 5. 5.
all right. Now you haven't heard sort of.
I feel like this table is making my rolls worse.
Sure, the table.
So Garn looks at you and says, "Anything else, folks?"
Oh, no. Custom from all over Icewind. Shipwrights, trackers, the works.
A wide range of customers. We're one of the better shops out here. But yeah, all sorts really. We got supplies.
I specifically mentioned those 2 kinds of things in a sort of off-color way. Did he react at all?
Roll an insight check.
Nice. 21.
Okay, with that roll, you feel like he was kind of weirded out by the intensity with which you emphasize those 2 words, but you don't see a look of recognition in his eyes or anything like that.
Okay. He's not giving me a vibe like he's hiding anything.
No, but do you sort of wait and pause or anything like that after you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, with that roll, you feel like he's getting a little bit, not angry, but he thinks you might be mocking him.
He thinks you're a Karen.
I aside the cloak revealing insignia on my uniform.
Okay. He's like, oh, well, you come a long way to get some supplies. Suppose Targos.
Does the name Roderick Riverstone mean anything to you?
Doesn't ring the bell. Elsa? I'll double check our books. Sort of flips through this big tome. He goes, he's bought... Sorry, which one was Roderick?
Human.
No, but which profession was it again?
Oh, the shipwright?
Okay. He's bought some tools from us before. A couple of hammers and, saws and things. Yeah, he's come through a couple of times. There you go.
What about a halfling? Tracker. Female. Trapper, sorry. Ring any bells?
They look at each other. Doesn't ring the bell, sorry. But we do get a lot of customers. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.
And I head out.
Okay.
Cool, we head back. Head to a post office.
That's a funny question. I'm gonna say... Sure. I'll make one up.
Cool.
There's one. I'm gonna say there's one off the market square.
Actually, so Caliban makes a note of where he is, but he decides that he should focus on the task at hand, and so we'll head back to the Goliath.
Okay.
All right, I have to go. You go.
Again, as you walk up, you just see him like sitting in the snow, like covered in it. Then he's just completely calm and being like, "I'm waiting for you guys."
I'm sort of gingerly using my snow boots, kind of walking around in them, but they're sort of heavier than than I'm used to.
Okay. Do you make it out? Cool.
Yep.
So you begin to head out. You walk to the gate, and there's sort of a couple of guards standing on each side of these large wooden, like really heavy-looking doors. They look at you like, "Are you insane? Like, do you want to go out?" And they sort of wait for you to say something.
The fact that we are still here proves well. Now let's go.
You. And they sort of pull back these large, sort of metal sort of blocks to keep the door shut. They sort of pull them up and pull the doors apart so that you can make it out. As you begin to make your way up the north gate on the northern road, you hear the creaking of the doors kind of clunk behind you. And all you can see is the large 30-foot tall wooden palisade walls sort of slowly fading away as you drift further and further away from the town. Okay, so you're marching up. Can I have a marching order?
I turn to the Goliath and I say, "Lead the way, Andre."
I look very relaxed and like it's like when someone cracks their back and their shoulders and their knuckles and like I do like nice cold winter air. Sure thing. And like gets his staff and just starts slowly walking away. Starting walking slowly because you guys probably aren't used to walking in snowshoes. He's very aware of that.
I will bring up the rear and keep an eye out for behind and to the side of us.
Okay. So, as this happens...
Who's carrying the item that Dannika gave us in the pub? Are you?
I assume the person who's in front.
I mean, you took it.
I'm
assuming, but
I would have handed it to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Put it on. I like hook it onto a little nook. Like, yep, cool.
What color is it? It's not close to.
This doesn't appear to be lit.
Right.
Just be
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
I relay the directions to the sled.
Cool. So it's basically halfway between Bryn Shander and Kelvin's Cairn, which I'll show you on the map. 1 second. Gotta find the right map. There we go. That should be it. Okay. You can change the focus, by the way, if you press the little thing at the top of your video chat, which will make one of them larger than the other ones. It's the little icon that looks like little squares at the top of the video chat.
Oh, yeah.
As you walk in sort of single file, slowly, slowed down by the heavy snow, especially Caliban and Xu'Xa are sort of very slowed down by the fact that they've never worn snowshoes before. Cold wind begin to pick up. The snow subsides and gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And you, Rover, realize that a blizzard is coming.
We need to take shelter.
Fine. Where?
Is there like a dune where that you like we could kind of quickly build like a little igloo to hide out in temporarily?
Roll a perception check.
Would this be survival?
No, not in this case.
Okay.
It's me looking around. I'm not trying to build the shelter. I'm trying to look for a good place to like.
Yeah. Okay.
So that would be plus.
You gotta do it quick because the blizzard is intensifying.
14.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, sorry, 19. Sorry.
19? Okay. You find sort of this hill with just a smattering of trees that if you go on the southern side of it, away from where the wind is coming from, a little bit of shelter, and you'll be able to sort of stick together.
What is it? Sorry?
It's kind of like a small hill that you can kind of go on one side of against the wind to protect you from the strongest parts of it. But it's not like a great piece of shelter. It's just, makes the wind a bit less. So do you stay put?
I am going to have some fun. So into the side of the hill where we are now, I start using my hands to kind of like start burrow in to try and make a little like shelter for us.
Okay. And
then I kind of stop and I kind of wave my hands and bits of the snow kind of melt and flow out as I cast Shape Water.
Okay. So you see this. You see sort of slowly able to melt bit by bit and sort of bending an alcove into the side of the hill, into the dense black snow. Sort of like almost like a small alleyway between buildings. That's what it's like. It's like a corridor into the hill.
Yeah.
I help him.
Okay. And you wait it out? Yeah?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
We kind of like, it's a narrow tunnel in and then we kind of widen it so the three of us can kind of fit. Because it's not a big hill, so I don't want to make it too just enough to cover us.
Nice.
You were able to in some of the sort of harsher effects of the storm in here, and it's quite quiet because it's actually kind of eerily silent almost, except for coming from the edge of the opening. The storm lasts a few hours before it finally subdued. Do you do anything in the meantime?
I will take the time to administer an even coat of lantern oil.
Do you guys do anything, or you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So the storm and the blizzard sort of dies off, and it is now sort of the dead of night. But you can make your way back out and start trying to follow the trail once again.
Copy that.
The blizzard has kind of really washed it out, so you're proceeding in the direction that the dwarves said to go in, but you can no longer see their tracks. As you proceed for a further set of hours, you eventually reach a crest snow-covered ridge. And what you see is a frozen, dismembered corpse in the gully in front of you. Snow covers some of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are still visible. You see tracks in the snow all around the corpse. The telltale grooves in the snow left behind by a sled that's been hauled away.
All right. Guess we know where we're headed.
Go on, Xu'Xa.
Nah, I've got nothing. I don't have any ideas.
Corpse, the tracks, anything?
I will examine the corpse, yes.
Okay.
Can you see if it's one person? Can you tell?
Roll an investigation check. Actually, a medicine check.
A medicine check? Why? Why medicine?
Because medicine would tell you if all the bits came from the same person.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's a D20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, so no.
You're not
That's
sure.
really
It's kind of...
It's 8. Yeah, no.
I would like to check this person's belongings. Just go through, see if there's anything left worth taking back to his friends.
Are we down there? Because if we're about on a ridge and they're in a gully, how are we down by the remains? I thought we were on a ridge.
You were, but I'm assuming once you started saying that you were going to search him, that you went up to him. If that's not correct, you need to tell me.
From the ridge,
Okay.
looking down at... And that's
How deep is the snow at the gully?
Was...
Sorry, there was two things being asked at the same time.
How deep is the
It's hard to know. It's been snowing for like 2 years, but the part that is soft is probably a good, 50 centimeters worth of snow.
Okay, but if I jump, I'll probably still break my ankles. I'll just make my way down normally.
Okay, and what were you going to say, Xu'Xa?
No, I was just explaining.
You stay up.
Nothing.
You stay up and just watch Caliban go down? Or do you follow
Yes.
him? Okay, you do.
Yes.
I was going to say, can I do a perception check to see if I think, because what I would know about Yetis and how sometimes they work, do I think that this could be a bit of a trap? Do I think that whatever did this, there could still be something here, or just I'm not going down yet. I'm just sort of
Sure. Nature check.
That's good. That's going to be... That's 9.
Okay. Well, what you do know is that Yetis tend to remove the head to kill. So this seems to fit. Right? Caliban, what do you expect? You said you would go through.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, on an investigation check.
Fuck this. 6.
Is sorry, I read the name from my character.
Caliban.
Caliban. How far away is he from where I'm standing?
Probably 60 feet, maybe a bit more.
That far? He's
Oh, you went to the corpse too to check.
stayed on the ridge.
You're both on the ridge. You went down solo.
Okay, remember,
Yeah.
60
to
feet
the
isn't
right.
very far away. It's like barely the length of our backyard.
Yeah.
Ish.
If I was to yell, would he hear me?
Yes.
Well, it's the environment as well. Like, I don't know.
The wind has died down, and he should be able to hear you. It's open. There's no to obstruct it. You're fairly sure he would hear you.
Can I ask if, so he's by the remains?
Yeah.
Can I ask him to check this temperature?
Yeah, you can sort of yell out.
Can he check the temperature of the remains?
Do you want to say what you say to him?
Oh, sorry. How do I say that? Caliban, can you check the body for temperature? Can you see in there? Can you feel how long they might have been there?
Can I, DM?
All right. Well, first of all, you're ruffling through his pockets.
Yeah.
You just don't find anything. These clothes.
I say to myself, I don't know much about ETs. I don't seem the thieving sort.
You hear the what Xu'Xa sort of asking you. Well, roll a perception check.
Oh, that's not bad. 14.
The body's cold. It's been here a while. In the storm,
Okay.
the blizzard would have dropped the temperature even further. It appears to have started to freeze.
Okay, can I check if the body was... Can I somehow check if the body was dead before the head was ripped off? Can I check for evidence of sabotage, like he was left here, like hung out to dry?
Well, all right. Well, roll a survival check.
Okay. 12.
He just seems to have been pretty much left where he was. Like what the pieces.
Yeah.
But what you do notice is that the tracks around the body are actually to a dozen small human snowshoes.
Huh. That explains that.
They sort of lead back south. Sled.
I turn to the others, go back to them so they were close, and say, Yeti didn't take the sled. Something else did. Something numerous and tiny.
And beyond the massive tracks, am I able to see from the ridge that I'm on any larger track?
The tracks of the Yeti, if there were ever any, have been wiped clean by the storm. These are new. These small tracks are new. You can sort of
This
see.
happened in the last few hours. All right.
We should move quickly. They've already got a head start on us. And I just start towards the direction the sled goes.
And we'll
Alright.
make our way after him.
So you make your way through the snow. It's very cold now because of just how deep into the night it is. But as you keep walking and walking, you see some dark little shapes sort of begin to come clearer. And you get closer and you get closer, and you realize that the creatures you've been following appear to be goblins, based on sort of how tall they are. There's probably 6 of them that are, you can now hear very faintly sort of groaning and grunting and cursing loudly as they haul the bulky sled wagon parked in the snow. The bulky sled towards what appears to be something bigger in the distance. A 20-foot tall wagon parked in the snow. Harnessed to this conveyance are 2 polar bears. And they don't look happy. Now let me see if I can do this. Order, I'm assuming it's... Oh, I gotta pick up Romeo's mini.
Yeah, I'm He kind of stormed off, and I went up the rear guard and tossed him the lantern.
Rover in front. Then we've got.
No, other way. Rover's in back.
Oh, okay.
I
Sorry.
put the lantern front, the middle.
Cool. So you guys are slightly off screen at the moment, but I will, depending on what I'll bring you in further. Let me see if I can. So I didn't have a long enough table to map out. So basically, you can see that about 120 foot in front of you are the goblins pushing the sled, and 120 feet further in front is the wagon.
In the wagon.
It's hard to see a lot.
Okay. We should move quickly. Those polar bears could be a challenge if they're able to be riled against us. I'm gonna rush them down the rear. You should make your way around and flank them once I draw their attention.
Just a question. So goblins are moving towards the polar bears, yes?
Yeah,
They're moving to the left, yeah.
And we know that they are together, that they're friendly. We know that?
You don't know that for sure, but they seem to be going towards that thing.
Okay. Have one question for the DM. Have I fought goblins before?
Sure. Yeah, you would have.
Okay.
Not like, you're not a goblin killer or anything, but, you've come across them before.
To Caliban's sort of, we need to go now. I'm like, yeah, goblins. Like, spits on the floor.
I take my flint from my tinderbox. So I take the flint in the tinderbox and I just affix it into my hand that's holding my shield now, just so it's ready to go. And then I draw my slick with oil sword that I've just been carrying. And I say to the others, I'll wait until you're in position, then I'll rush them.
Cool.
Okay. Good idea.
So in the time that you were saying this, the goblins have moved a little further forward. They seem to be really encumbered.
Just as a quick, before we charge in, I do a quick little silent, I hold this necklace around my neck, and I hold it a second, and just for your own knowledge, DM, I am cast Speak with Animals on myself.
Okay. Good to know.
I will start rushing them from the rear, trying to be quiet.
With your flaming sword.
I haven't lit it yet, but right before I get up to them, I want to light it and then just bring it over my head.
All right. So you go to attack?
Yep.
Yeah, I want to try and surprise them, though. Can I try stealth?
Yeah, sure. Actually,
now, I have disadvantage from the chainmail, but it is quite snowy blankety.
I'm going to tell you right ahead before you don't even have to roll for anything. They seem to be so distracted that you will have a surprise round.
Okay, great.
Okay. So everyone roll for initiative.
18 and what is that?
That's a big fat 2.
It's usually your dexterity modifier. It says it on the
plus 2,
sheet.
4.
What?
On your character sheet.
There's a thing up here, initiative, so you just add that number.
Do 2.
Yeah.
So 20. So 30, 20.
Okay. Sorry, what was your Caliban? Caliban?
4.
Saying it.
Sorry, it didn't come across because the mag
No.
cut out.
But it's holding. I got 18.
18.
This is the other reason why you have to stay nice.
Okay, so Xu'Xa, you're up.
Spare dice.
Oh, thanks. I'd rather. I've lost my dice. I wanna use. Hopefully.
Oh, there it is.
Is it? Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks. I'm so far away.
We're assuming that we've moved up to them.
Yeah, so
Like he's charged ahead. We're kind of flank around. We're going to flank around a little bit.
let me make this a little bit easier. Okay. Can you see? Okay.
Okay, I'm just reading through something. Okay, I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathes
Armor
on
Agathis.
myself.
Okay.
I have to grab a. Can I get around the components by just grabbing a handful of ice?
For Armor of Agathis, I believe you
not?
can use your arcane focus. So you just have to concentrate on your crystal.
Yeah. So you either use for spells. Then whenever they have material components, either you need it. Like you can buy a component pouch and that has all the components. You have a wand, a staff, a crystal orb, a gemstone. For me, it's my little totem. And that's my spellcasting focus, so I have to have that on me to not have the component.
Okay.
So
The only time that's different is if the spell says that it costs an amount. So if it says, it uses up it's around 1,000 diamonds,
300, but yes.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to have those get it by having a wand, because those powerful spells are meant to have a cost. So you don't just do them willy-nilly. So you can just have a crystal ball, whatever it has. That's your material component, and then you get that.
you guys see Xu'Xa wave her hands and marking, and her eyes look sort of golden. The crystal on her diamond shimmer, and this sort of blue energy that all seems sort of. Do you want to do it at all?
How far away are goblins?
The goblins are about 30 now.
I don't know what else I can do.
You can move. You've used your action to cast a spell, but you can move somewhere else.
How much can I move by?
By 30 feet, so you can reach them if you wanted, be in combat with them, or you can move to the side and be, off to the side here.
Do I have to move 30 feet when I move, or can I move less?
You can
can move
move
less.
up to. It's up to 30 feet.
And I'm unable to do a cantrip or anything like that at this point.
Yeah, because
Start of the turn with a cantrip? Well, I wouldn't know.
you
so
can
I've
only
very rarely
you
played,
can
so-
only cast one spell per turn, unless it's very special
But it's not a-
circumstances. Even if it's a bonus action, you can only cast one spell per turn. Some cases you can, yeah. So you cast Armor of Agathis, you can't cast your cantrip. But if you wanted to change, because it's your first turn, I can let you cast the cantrip instead.
No, that's fine. I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Cool. So it is Rover's turn.
Wonderful. I'm going to kind of move forward and round to the side a little bit, because I know that he's planning to, take center stage in the middle. I know it's probably not the wisest thing to burn through my spell slots way, but it's fun and it's the first fight. So, is there a remember what the spell does? The goblins.
The four of
Yep. Wonderful. I want to kind of, we're moving, I kind of want to still keep a good 15 feet away. But you see me kind of focus again, holding onto my totem, and hold out two outstretched arms, and I cast Entangle.
Okay. Do you want to run me through the effect?
basically hold them in place. Strength saving throw or restrained. Shaman can use its action to access it. It has cost and action to do it.
What's the DC?
13.
Two goblins succeed. I'm gonna say the ones on this side succeed, one closer to you. So you see Rover clutches symbol and muster an incantation and come out of the ground, snare the feet of two goblins. The others seem to kind of break free. They look down and they look across. See, they're pretty surprised, so they're not going to be able to do anything for now. It's now Caliban's turn.
Do I see the ones get entangled?
Yeah.
Projectation strike the flint as I'm running them. Like strike the flint.
Yeah.
Tap it to the blood.
It lights up. It makes a nice, pretty glowing light.
I would like to rush up to one of the entangled ones and swing down on the skull. Have any because he's entangled.
Yes. Restrained, you get advantage on the attack.
Okay, great. So the highest was
Roll for
okay. So that additional fire damage. Uh, 9 points slashing damage.
So, Goblin's head just falls right off. The last look of my eye was one of like, as the sword cuts straight through him. Okay, back to the top of the round. It is now Xu'Xa turns again.
Am I the right one?
Yes. Far right.
Oh, okay.
This one here.
Okay. I'm gonna move, I guess, out of range of hitting any of my teammates. So I'm gonna move to the left,
Okay,
like
great.
slightly. Yeah. Can I Eldritch Blast now?
Yeah,
Just towards to going to the left of.
you wanna pick up the blonde one, this one, or that one?
Oh, it can be targeted at this point. It can be targeted. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. The one close.
Okay, cool. So you'll see on your character sheet the fire. First critical. First hit. Right. Roll your damage, but I'm pretty
The damage is
D10.
It's usually you crit, so
Wait.
you get 2.
So this is the night. That's the
no,
8.
that's this one.
This is. Oh,
That's
sorry.
it.
So,
Roll again.
oh.
close to get to
Not yet. No, that's a yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. So your total?
And 0,
10.
so you got 15.
Oh,
15.
15.
Alright. So you see mutter an incantation and sort of forward a bolt of sort of eldritch energy to sort of air. You feel it go past, it feels sort of dangerous. There's other word about it. And just the goblin just sort of like a small and that goblin head. It's now Rover's turn.
First blood.
Unless, yeah, you all Rover's turn.
I'm going to. So line one isn't restrained. That's more on Zakaz's side, at the back of the pack.
This one.
Yeah. Am I within 30 feet of them?
I'll tell you again.
You know, like, kind of like, it's not just this motion, and you're like, what are you going to throw? You've got nothing. It looks like he's about to throw something, until you see this thorny vine just sprout from his hand and whip towards the goblin that's the 8. That's not very well. 13 to hit.
I believe that. Oh, no, sorry. 13 does not. Flies forward and slams onto the. Anything else?
If everything like what are the bears do? Do they look like still?
They just really upset about the situation that they're in.
Are they charging towards the main?
They kind of they haven't noticed you specifically. They're just kind of grumbling.
No.
Okay. So it is White Goblin's turn. Now the goblins are first. They're all 12 in their initiative.
Oh. Okay, right. No, it's my bad.
That goblin pulls out a horn and blasts. It's a really kind of loud but expect from a normal horn because it's smaller. Sort of like so cute. If it wasn't that you were. And you see sort of in the distance the cart, sort of the leather flap at the top open up, and you see another goblin look through and notice you guys. And she seems to yell something to the goblin below. He's also going to move as his movement.
Isn't he grappled or in
That's the other one.
It is.
Okay.
But he will attempt to fire an arrow at the closest thing, which is Caliban. Do you have disadvantage because he's tangled, or is it just?
He's at point blank range, though. That's the disadvantage.
Oh, he's also okay.
On a crossbow, right?
Short bow. Guys, first guys of the.
Is that a critical fail? Anything special?
No, not for this. The goblin just kind of fires his arrows, wild, and it just wide above your head, like way off. Okay, so now it's the other two goblins, the ones that were the front, and going to duck behind the cart as much as possible. This thing, which one is Caliban, will be more Rover, sorry. Does a 14 to hit you, Caliban?
Nope.
So the first goblin, he is true, but it
Like react. I just
doesn't register. Whereas this one aims for the largest target you can see, which is Rover. Oh my god, no, it doesn't. Does a 10 to hit. These goblins are not doing well. Alright, and I believe that's the goblin's turn, as you can see. But actually, is some movements inside the wagon. You see some flickering of the light, as if someone is kind of climbing up from the bottom floor upwards into the top floor.
Caliban makes a note of that.
It's Caliban's turn.
Okay, how high is the sled?
The sled.
Actually, the guy who's grappled is right in front of me. He'd take an attack of opportunity if I ran over the top of the sled. So I'm just going to attack the guy who's still grappled.
Do you move right up close to him? Because you're about like a few feet away, like a couple of feet away. Yeah?
Oh, am I? Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the other one was in front, the one you killed. You have to step over his dead friend.
Okay, yeah, I definitely do that.
All right?
Cool. He's still grappled, yes?
Yes.
Restrained, yes.
Restrained, yes.
Sorry, just because they are technically two different conditions.
Ooh. 15?
To hit. That just hits. So you're being a heavy, blunted tip sword, but it's like a heavy, almost like a machete, like right across his shoulder, and you cause
6 points of slashing damage.
he takes a huge blow that cleaves well into his sort of clavicle, but he seems to still be standing. Let me mark that down. Actually, I forgot to kill a couple of goblins. Alright. There we go. Anything else for your turn? Bonus
I turn to the other goblins with my bonus action, and I say, which sounds scary to anyone who doesn't speak Infernal, but the other tiefling knows I'm just reciting the recipe to a bowl of spaghetti, or like the first two ingredients.
All right.
I don't get this, so I'm just like, wow, this guy's intense.
Cool. It is now back to Xu'Xa.
Okay. Can I wield a weapon and do a spell at the same time, or is it not possible?
So the way it works is you get one action a turn, and if you spend an action to cast a spell, then you don't get to spell, but you get.
Because you can't do both.
But if you bonus action, then you can attack and cast a spell.
So in the spell description, there's usually a thing that says casting time,
Okay.
and most of them are one action. Some bonus actions, some take 10 minutes.
Okay. In that case, I will. Can I just ask again? The goblin closest to Rover.
Mm-hmm.
That one is currently.
Is it dead?
It's not. It's got
Is
one hit
it
point.
being held by?
It's being held by the vines. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's got one hit point left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the three at the back of the.
They're perfectly
the
fine,
stand.
and you can see from where you are. You can see the two that are hiding from Rover and Caliban, but the one that has a penalty to hit. So two of them you have no penalty, but this one you'd have a penalty to hit. Because he's hiding.
It's behind the box, so your spells usually going like a straight line, like
Right.
you're firing out your Eldritch Blast at the thing you can see.
Right, but I can't see him, so
But
I
you
can't
see
get him.
so
Okay, so I can see two of them though,
Yeah.
and the back of the thing. All right, I want. Can I see which one is bigger?
They're
one is the
the
bigger
same
goblin?
size. They look, they're about 3 foot tall,
Okay.
plus or minus.
Okay, so then I'll take the one closest to the corner and I'll Eldritch Blast him, please.
Cool. Roll your attack.
18 plus.
So that definitely.
What do I
hits.
have to add to this one?
It's plus 6 for
your
you.
spell is
Plus 6. Sorry. So it's okay.
yeah,
So that definitely hits. Roll for damage.
plus proficiency.
So to get that, I roll and add
You
Constitution
roll,
or
you roll
two?
just a D.
6.
Just 6. Okay. So
No, I'd got 9. Sorry, 9.
9. Yes. You rush blast once it finds his head. And this one wasn't quite as powerful as your last one. It's the goblin, but it doesn't completely disintegrate him. But you just see kind of smoke coming out of its eyes as it falls to the ground dead. Anything else? You got a bonus action you want to use, or you good? Or you want to move?
Ooh, yeah, I might move. I'm gonna move closest to Rover at the back of this, at the front, back of the sled.
All the way
can I
close?
move?
You can move pretty much next to him.
Not all the way, but almost next to Rover, just sort of like. No, not that far, not quite that far. More closer to the sled.
Like that?
Sort of in behind Callahan.
Yeah. Okay.
Caliban's
Yeah, that'll do.
Cool. All right, it's now Rover's turn.
Wonderful. I'm assuming that they're in some sort of cover, all the goblins. Where I am?
From where you are, yes.
Yeah.
I would say one's got a half cover and one's got 3/4 cover from where you are at the moment.
Sure. I'll move around a bit to get a bit better shot because I'll leave the last one there to Caliban finish off. He seems to be having fun. So I'll kind of move around.
All the way?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you move this way and you can see both goblins.
Yeah, that's cool. And the closest one to me, again, let's do this again.
Once again, this kind of thorny whip flips out and cracks loudly into the silent night.
17?
17 hits. Roll for damage.
3 piercing damage.
Okay, so the goblin is... Wait.
Sorry, if I may interrupt as well. As it does it actually wraps around its arm and pulls it 10 feet towards me.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
Nice.
Kind of digging in and ripping, and then the whip kind of dissipates into nothing again.
Goblin gets yanked against this whirl, looking very angry, and the whip kind of digs right in, and you can see sort of blood seeping through its clothing where it bit into him.
And now that we're a bit closer to the polar bears, I'd also like to yell out, because I have Speak with Animals running, it's okay, guys. I'm here to help.
Okay. They sort of look up at you and sort of fall back. So, they can speak back?
They can speak back. I will double check the spell description, but basically...
Speak with animals, yes, they can speak back.
Yeah, I thought so. So they look up at you and just kind of go, fucking goblins.
Oh, mate, you don't need to tell me.
All right. So the goblin that is tangled up.
Do I see him do this? Not that I understand, but do I see him communicate with the bears?
You see him yell towards the wagon,
Okay.
and the bears growl. If you want, you can run an intelligence check to see if you think if the two things are connected.
I will. I most certainly will. Just straight intelligence?
Yeah.
12.
You feel like things are connected, but it's the heat of the battle.
Okay.
You don't want to be So the goblin that is pretty hurt, close to Caliban, is now very scared to break free from his entanglement. So I'm gonna roll.
DC 13.
And he struggles, and he's not able to do anything. He doesn't do anything. Great. The goblin that's been whipped, is he restrained or
No,
just
he
pulled?
still can do his... No, he's just pulled.
Okay.
And then he can still have his
So
jump.
he's not happy.
It's just, yeah.
He's not happy. And he's going to fire an arrow over the top and duck back down, aiming for things to try to kill him. 17 hit. Cool. I actually got hit. I hit something. He causes 6 damage as an arrow.
I'm actually going to use my stone's endurance on this.
Okay.
Cool. I take no damage.
All right. So the arrow appears to just hit and yet glance off the skin.
It like splinters.
Okay.
Kind of like put my shoulder into it and just like, yeah, nah.
You flex.
And the other goblin, seeing his not much, decides to run towards the wagon. And that's back to Caliban.
I look at the goblin running. Can I reach him if I vault the sled?
That will use up a bit of your movement. If you have to dash, you would have no action left.
Okay, I can't reach him though, like in general though. I can't.
I mean, if you dash, you get 12 inches of movement, because that's 5
Without
feet per inch.
dashing. Can I reach him without dashing?
Not the one that's
30
run
feet.
away.
Okay, never mind.
That's how far you'd go. Can you see?
Yeah, and he seems to be running towards the
Towards the wagon.
Okay. Oh no, you don't! And I hurl one of my javelins at him.
Okay. From where you are. Yeah, I suppose because he's far enough that he doesn't get cover. All right, roll to hit. What's the range on a javelin?
Good question.
It's either 26
Ah,
or
shit!
39.
It's 30 feet without disadvantage.
Okay, so you roll with disadvantage.
All right, the first one's a 19. And the second one is hang on. Yeah, that was a 21 and a 17.
All right, so you hit. Roll for damage.
All right, that's a. Come on, kill him in one strike. Kill him in one strike. 9.
Yeah, it just kind of goes like through the back of his back, like out of his torso, and he like lands forward. But because the spear is kind of coming out of his chest, he kind of goes down at an angle into the snow. Okay, back to Xu'Xa.
Can I use the remainder of my movement to go around the cart?
You get an attack
Around
of
the sled.
opportunity from the goblin that's still engaged with you.
I'll take it.
All right. The goblin at a disadvantage because he's restrained. 2 15s plus 4, 19.
That just hits.
All right. So he lashes out with his scimitar and causes 4 damage.
Good
slashing
to know,
at
good
your
to know.
back. And where do you go? This way?
Yeah, I want to get close and I'll get right up in the business of the other goblin, the one that's not restrained.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Xu'Xa's turn.
Okay. Just thinking. I'm gonna move around to the side so I can get the escaping goblin.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Which one?
which one?
Oh, this
The
one,
one that's
sorry.
running, the one that was dashing away, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
one.
that's good. Okay.
No, I him.
Oh, okay. What about the one close to the road?
This one here? That one's still alive, but barely.
Yeah, I left that one for you.
Okay. Can I get out my crossbow and just quickly dispatch with him?
Yeah?
Can I just quickly shoot my crossbow at him?
Yep. Roll your attack to hit first.
20.
20 20? Natural 20? Alright. Roll
Natural
for damage.
20.
Witness.
I just go.
Roll
just-
for damage. Shit. That's
So, what do I roll for?
2d6.
Oh, right.
Plus your dexterity modifier.
yeah, so
Okay.
like crossbows D8.
6.
Yeah, but it has the reload property, which is a bigger deal if you're
Yeah,
someone
true.
who has multiple attacks.
Sorry, it's 2d8s.
2d8 plus
Oh,
2.
okay. Okay, so right. Alright. Yeah, 2.
This Scotland had like 1
2.
HP, right?
Yeah, he's dead. But let's see how much he's dead by.
So I take the best one of the 2.
No, you get both.
Oh, I do get both.
Yeah.
I get
Crit.
7 and 9. So plus 2, I guess.
Alright. So that
You
just
usually only roll once.
Okay.
Because you crit it. Whenever you get a natural 20 on the dice, you get to roll double
Oh,
damage.
okay. Alright.
So
Yeah, I get
the
it.
goblin's struggling, trying to break free because he wants to run away, and kind of doesn't even notice the arrow that goes straight through his eye socket and out the other side, and he just goes limp. But he's kind of held up by the vines, so he's kind of like a grizzly, like puppet. You want to move, or are you good?
And I want to move and I want to catch up to the sled and jump onto the back of it.
Cool, that's enough movement to do that. Yep.
Can
you're
slow
on.
it down? Can I stop it?
It stopped because they're no
Or is
longer
it
pushing.
stopped?
It took all 6
Right.
goblins to push it, like slowly. It's now standing still. Is anyone within of
Other to that
Yeah.
thing, so they're
Cool. So you guys are not in range of the tower yet. So there's only one goblin left that can do anything, and he's engaged with Caliban, so we're gonna have to attack. And I believe he's been damaged with thorn whip. That's the one? Yeah. Alright, so he's gonna roll to attack. That is 23 to hit.
23 hits. Jesus.
how far away now is the tower
8
from
damage as he sticks you. Sorry, as he slashes you with his scimitar across the face.
Caliban's unconscious.
Caliban falls unconscious.
Damn.
Okay. It is now Xu'Xa's turn. Wait. Rover?
No, I think you skipped Rover. No, did you?
No,
Did you go?
yeah, she's
Or
bef-
did you?
Yeah.
Did you
No,
get
I don't
skipped?
know.
I think you
No,
got
yeah, I got
skipped.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think you
Sorry
got
about that. I got confused by the amount of goblins. There's like a million goblins to like.
No, that's fine. Because my turn was before the goblins as well. I should have gone
Yeah.
straight after Azaka's.
Yeah, sorry about that. So
That's
if
fine.
if you can kill that goblin, then this didn't
Yeah.
happen.
But also, if he was still up, he would have. And yeah, hang on. I'll just do this first. That's not a good roll.
Oh,
That's going to be a 10
To hit,
so
misses.
to hit. No.
how far away is the sled from the tower?
It's about 120 feet. No, less, sorry. It's about 60 feet.
Okay.
Just slightly over 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. Are the bears pulling it towards us, or have they kind of stopped now?
The bears were just waiting. The sled was being moved forward towards the
Yeah,
thing,
that's fine.
But the wagon was just waiting for them. So it's Xu'Xa's turn again.
Again, while this is happening still, I'm like, once goblins will come untie you, and then we can really show them a fun time, eh?
Nice.
They seem kind of like interested in that idea, very much so. So Xu'Xa, you can run over to Caliban and help him, stabilize him, so he doesn't die. Or you can kind of continue the fight.
I'm continuing the fight
yeah.
instinctively.
That's fair.
You kill the bastard, I'll get the... Get him up.
I just thinking now. Just thinking. Just a sec. Can I cast Unseen Servant and send it? Is there like... Okay, so 60 feet. You said it was about 60 feet away, the tower.
Yeah. Just
I'd
slightly
like to step forward to set loose the polar bears and unchain them from the tower.
Would you do that?
Okay, so
Yes.
let me double check how much you can move. Yep. So between the range of the movement he can have, your servant, and the range of the spell, you're able to do that. And so...
So I have to roll for charisma, yeah?
No. This
to get
just
the spell
happens.
to work.
This just
Oh, okay.
happens.
You just make, yeah.
Okay.
So you create the unseen servant 60 feet away from you, and you command it to run the rest of the distance. You see the polar bears get confused as they feel a presence go past. And the restraints come free. Actually, it's got strength of 2. I'm gonna say it doesn't really have a dexterity.
How many
Alright.
spell slots do you have, Mariama?
I'm a warlock, so I have 2. So I've used my armor of Agathes and my unseen servant. I have tiefling. I got a 1 for that.
No,
as
I
well.
think at level 1 you can only cast 1 actually.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I'm looking at your.
Oh.
Never mind.
Sorry.
Well, it let me at 2 to my first level.
Net
Yeah,
is
that's spell slots.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm just gonna.
It's
Sorry.
usually lower in the
sorry.
page.
So, yeah, so we could do this before the effect.
Sorry to be a party pooper. I just.
No, I don't know. I
Yeah, no, that's
honestly,
fine.
this is
But
good for me
so
too,
what happens
to
is
know.
these are spell slots. So this is how many times you can cast a first level spell slot. So this is the bullets you can put in,
Okay.
but this is how many times you can fire. That's your total ammunition count.
Okay.
So you can either do day, 1 ammo that instead of it.
Okay.
The thing that makes warlocks really cool it has an 8-hour kit to get spell slots
Got
back.
it, right.
You have a coffee, nap for an hour, and you're good to go.
And then
By that you can do that one cantrip.
okay.
Cantrips you can cast any like all day.
Okay.
Try to shoot restraints.
Or kill the last goblin and
Actually,
get you up
yes,
so
that
you
would
don't die.
also be okay.
Um.
Just a reminder. How about
Let me just think. Can I send? Oh no, that's probably not going to work. Can I send a telepathic message to the polar bear if they can free themselves? Are they able to free?
Yeah, unfortunately, the I'll actually double check, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
What?
One of the balls that make up the is inward. You can kind of make out a little bit. There's a ladder going up the floor. You notice when that happens, it's once again the leather flap opens up, and you see like a look angrily, and sort of they're holding a torch, and they have a hawk on their hand. Unless you want to move.
I won't move. I'll stay where I am.
Cool. Now it's
Yeah, I'm gonna run over to this last goblin that's knocked down my buddy and give him a good old thwack with two horse stuff.
just in range.
Wonderful.
Yep. Roll.
That's gonna be a.
Yep, that hits.
Gonna be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. You smack this goblin, and he's a goner. He just out of his eyes.
I'd like to think it was like literally run up and with like two and thwacked him against the side of the sled. It was
Alright. Can work with that.
And then, as a free action or bonus action, I'd like to take out one of those berry things that you might have seen earlier, and try and like pop that in Caliban's mouth and just like grab his face and just be like chomp, chomp, chomp.
Alright, you do this. It is a free action. Free object interaction. Putting it in his mouth. Okay.
Yeah, easy.
Yep, so he regains how many health?
1 hit point. One hit point.
Caliban
Perfect.
opens his eyes, gasping for air. Back from the
Again, it gets like you feel really nourished.
Yes.
I was a bard, I would break into song, but I'm not. Can I just...
Sorry.
Like, yep. It's guys got on side. We just got to get him free.
Cool.
Noted.
It is now the goblin. Range of those of the ones that are hiding in the tower. Arrow goes past your head. And the other one 16 to hit.
Yes, 4 hit.
8 damage.
I'm still standing.
Into this torso, but apparently Goliaths are tough. All right, that's their turn. It is now Caliban's turn.
My eyes narrow, like burn a slightly hot coals in anger. I clap my shoulder with my hand, and you watch as about half of the wounds on my body just goes up as I will lay on hands for my full hit pool,
Okay.
regaining 5 hit points.
So you see Caliban reach out with his own hand and touch himself, and this kind of golden light that you can almost feel the heat and warmth sort of radiate towards you as well, but it just kind of seems to seep into his body and close, and his wounds knit close.
I would Xu'Xa behind the thing to use it as cover, and it as cover.
Okay. So Caliban says this, and it's now Xu'Xa's turn.
Okay. Is anybody still peering out of the leather flap at the top of the tower, or is that?
It's hard to see. But there seems to be like movement, and like you can see sort of weapons, kind of like the point of arrows sticking out from the sides. You can sort of make out maybe the glint of their eyes from inside. but you can't really see very well.
Why can't I see very well? Like because they're too far away, or because
It's
there's a
covered.
storm?
It's covered.
Okay,
like,
because they're completely bitten.
They've got like little flaps that they like popping out, and then closing. I'm assuming it's
the
something like.
I yell over to Rover, what do you think I should do?
I'm like,
What now?
having just taken the arrow here, I'm like, taking cover is a good idea.
Oh.
But maybe I should push the cart. No offense, but
Fair. Should
Okay.
we... Okay, so if you're pushing the cart
Or-
forward...
you push the cart. I'm gonna run over and free these bears.
Or I could jump on your shoulders. You could run over and free the bears while I Eldritch Blast the top of the tower.
He's not. I don't know if he's strong enough to just hold
My-
you without being encumbered.
For my carrying capacity, I count as one creature larger.
Okay.
So as long as you don't weigh, I got.
Okay, fair.
Has D&D worked?
Oh,
out?
that doubles your carrying capacity inherently.
But carrying a person.
right. But this kind of question is more of a debate, so it would use up your action.
Oh. Alright, then...
Just Eldritch Blast something.
I'm thinking about Eldritch Blasting the polar bears.
No.
Yeah, I'm thinking about
Restraints.
it.
Oh, the restraints.
I can't see the restraints from where I am, though. So, I don't know. I might just have to...
I think we'd have to get up closer, free the bears, and then.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Is okay, DM, is there not something that a tool that I have at hand, one of my tools that I can use, but I don't remember what it is, so I don't know what the details are?
Yeah, you could.
Can I use that? Or not?
Well, it's a funny use for it.
Though? Really?
It's really powerful.
Funny use? Okay, fine,
If you
then I'll
waste-
leave it. But
Maybe at the beginning of this combat, that would seem like a bit of a waste. You get 3.
oh. Is there any way I can tell how many people might be in the tower or not? Is there any way that I could tell?
Roll a perception check.
Is that a D20?
Yes.
Yeah. And you add your
Natural
perception.
20.
What?
Natural 20.
Natural 20 plus what do I need? What do I need to add to it?
Doesn't matter. Natural 20. You're fairly sure 3 different creatures up there, all goblins. One also looking angry with a hawk on her. Actually, that 20, you know it's a female, on shoulder, and the other 2 were the ones firing arrows.
But that's my action for this round, right? I can't do anything else.
But
what to
you
say.
can with that roll you see them. Gift.
That gift is only 60-foot range.
Yeah.
You're at the back of the cart. So you can't.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I'm done. I can't do anything.
Rover.
Cool. So the sled with the crates on it. What I want to do is actually like get some try and like stack them up a bit so we've got a bit more cover. Find the other guys and like start pushing it along.
Okay. Well, they're quite heavy. So you'll have to. You can only move one per turn of those. Like it's full of iron ingots.
That's fine. But just like I just want to put at least one, or at least flip them so they're angled up. Like just so
Okay.
we've got some cover. It just needs to stop arrows, not
So I'll let you pick that up
Like,
and do that, and you can hide behind here. It would have used up a bit of your movement to kind of hold it up like one of those big,
that's fine.
World's Strongest Man stones.
Yeah.
But you can do it.
Fine.
Like you don't even have to roll for it, but it will use up.
And then we're gonna get in position, take cover, and like start putting my back into it.
Cool. You see the goblins attempt to fire at you, but like it doesn't reach. You like it just goes past you. It's but between the distance they can't make it without exposing themselves. Caliban, it's actually one more thing. I think she might wait. All right. Caliban's turn.
So I've seen I can tell heavy, right?
Yeah.
What would Caliban do? I'm pretty beat up. I'm gonna roll for it. Split second decision.
That's always a good idea.
Yeah, no. I will put my full force and strength whole turn into pushing the cart forward as far as I can.
All right, but let me just double check. Yeah. I mean, roll a strength check. Athletics. I'll say athletics.
Which I think I'm actually good at. Yeah? Yes, Rover?
I was going to say, I said that I was, I was trying to put my back into it too.
All right.
Like,
yeah.
So
Okay, so
help?
I'll say that that's helping, so with advantage.
Okay. Nine. With advantage. It was a natural 1 and a 4.
So, what happens is that Rover was kind of starting to push, but he wasn't quite ready. Like he was gonna turn around and say, "Come on, guys, help me!" But instead, Caliban just kind of goes "Ah!" and just bumps into it. So the discoordinated effort just makes it kind of go forward like half a foot.
I feel like this table is throwing off my dice rolls.
I'll move it forward half a foot. All right, and it's now Xu'Xa's turn again.
Okay, just checking out the range of this. I'm gonna, okay, can I, just thinking, where?
You can almost perch up on that first crate on the right and dump my other one and just be like, pew, pew.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Okay, so my move is to get up behind that bit there, so that I can use that crate as shelter, and I sort of stand up so that I'm visible over the edge, and I Eldritch Blast the top, the further up, the upper portion of the tower, where the leather flap is. I just
So roll your hit. You have a -5 to hit to that thing because they basically you have to aim for the goblin, but he's kind of hiding, so you get a -5.
Okay, so I roll and then I take 5 away. Yes.
Yeah, but you also add something because of your modifier, so it's +6 -5.
Oh, sad.
It'll be all up. Just add 6 minus 5.
It seems
7.
to kind of catch the side of the wagon, like one of the logs, and you see some splinters come off, but it doesn't hit the goblins. Okay, it's Rover's turn.
I let out a frustrated cry. For fuck's sake.
I yell out to the beds, "We're coming, guys. Okay, I'm a bit hurt." And I then again.
Caliban's helping.
I will. Will it be my?
I don't know.
Yeah, technically it's a help action. So either or you can for a group. If you know we're both going to do it, we can just rolled.
Because after
individual.
the way Caliban rolled, he might
Yeah.
not actually be helping. He might decide that it's pointless to
Okay.
try and.
Well, okay, so I don't know if you can move this. It's 900 pounds.
So my
So
drag-
roll.
Hang on. Where is my drag?
Oh yeah, no, Okay, yeah, no. With that in mind, Caliban would definitely give up after the initial.
It's a sled, so it's
What-
on
how do you-
tracks.
How do you work out your thing again? I can never remember, and it's not on showing up on my D&D Beyond.
I'll tell
So
you this.
it should say you. Okay, it should say your carrying capacity under equipment. No. All right, so it's your strength score times 15.
Right,
I
doubled
believe.
because I'm
Yeah,
count as.
and you're
yeah.
pushing. It's double that.
So my strength score.
So that's 103rd. No, 175 pounds. Doubled to 350.
Doubled
to
again.
700.
Yeah.
Now this is on tracks, so I will allow you to try and push it, but you have to roll for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Athletics.
Yeah. 80 on the dice, plus 4, 22.
All right. It moves forward about maybe 10 feet. Cool. It is now the goblin's turn. They're gonna try firing again. I think you guys have all got at least half cover.
Would they be focusing on the flaming sword and trying to aim for me more?
But you're at the back. So they can...
Be behind the sled as well.
Okay. Sure.
So that-
Try to fire at the... Because you're quite tall, so you would be just
Yeah.
poking out. 18 plus 4 minus 5.
17.
17. So the first one hits and causes...
Damage would hit me because I've got this armor on.
Melee.
hand
Oh,
to
no.
hand.
Oh, really? It,
You do
But they're from ice. Does it take of the arrow?
okay.
Fires and a 3. It flies wide over. Okay. To the top.
All right, so seen this big hulking Goliath get almost no pushing this sled, right?
Well, it's moving it by yourself. It would take all 3 of you to move it properly.
I'll help out.
So that's what you do. Okay, so it is now Xu'Xa's turn again.
Okay. So closer now.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'll move.
You are 40 feet from the polar bears and about 50 feet or so from the wagon.
And I can move 30 feet in turn, yes?
Yeah. You can move 60 if you dash. So technically, if you ran, you could make it behind the wagon.
Then can I use a, can I do something or I can,
No,
that's
if
it?
you dash, you can only, that's all you can do.
Okay. Okay.
Where's a wizard with sleep when you need him?
Um. Okay, I'll try. I'm gonna do that. Can I move? Okay, I'm not. I'm gonna just go above the other crate or whatever and try and Eldritch. But okay, I don't want to keep doing this. This is, no, but I have to. That's all I can do. Can I stand up, fire Eldritch Blast at the tower again?
Roll to hit.
2.
Okay. It hits the side, but doesn't cause much damage. Rover,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Gonna keep pushing.
Oh, but you were gonna move up and help out Caliban, right?
Yeah, that's what I did. So you have advantage.
I know, I already did, and I got a 4 on the dice. That's a plus 5. So that's gonna be a 12.
Okay. It just doesn't seem to budge. It's hit a bit of a bump.
Okay.
You have to push harder next time. All right. 2 arrows fly out. Ooh. One that flies towards you, Rover, is a natural 20.
Cool.
But wait, if I had to take out 5 because of cover, does it still count? It always hits, right?
Yeah,
Always
no,
hit
that-
on an
always-
attack roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is 8.
Oh no.
But they can't see this. The other thing you notice is that the wagon's light seems to get brighter.
I look down at the downed Goliath and I say, oh, this turns to the other tiefling and say, can I reach? If I die, I can reach all the way to behind the car.
Well, you're further back, so no, you reach to the polar bears.
To the polar bears.
Yeah.
And I will take the dodge action, just crouching behind my shield.
You go as far as you can forward.
Yep.
Cool. It is now Xu'Xa's turn. You want to help out your friend that's just fallen over?
I can't. Really?
No, you can do what's
You can
called
stabilize him.
Stabilize him. So basically, you patch his wound up so he doesn't die.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah, anyone can do that.
Anybody?
Okay. All right, I didn't know.
Sorry, that's okay. That's
But that's my action, yes?
yeah.
I want to fight. I don't like the mending. Okay. I sigh. 10. What do I do then? Is there anything else?
You can still move.
Well, you could also. I know that's an option.
I'm gonna move. Can I move? Can I move in behind Caliban? Not obviously not with this sort of any much cover, but just literally.
Yep.
I'm
You hop down.
behind him.
That's 5 feet of movement, and then you move this way. that. Cool.
You're not any safer behind me.
I know. I know.
Rover, it's your
All right.
turn. You're unconscious but stabilized. Do you get to roll to see if you... No, you don't.
Nope.
So it's funny,
Nope.
because if you rolled a 20, but like on your death savings throw, you would have gotten up, but... Anyway.
Gotten up, you would have just been stable, right?
No,
Yeah.
if you if you roll a natural 20...
He means it's 2 parts.
Remember something else. Okay.
What can Rover
Nothing.
Nothing yet.
So you stopped me from like being out,
Right, but
I'm still unconscious. The reason why
oh god.
why Caliban got up it was because I chucked all those berries in his mouth and those heal you 1 point magically, so that means you get positive.
Yeah, so that you can actually be revived. Right.
Okay, so it is the goblin's turn, and they don't seem to fire this turn, and you can swear that the inside of the wagon is now glowing.
Great. Great.
Caliban, roll a perception
Can I-
check.
Can I also roll a check? As in, can I have
Don't
any
fuck with
idea
me.
Yeah, you
through
can
my
roll-
history?
you can
know
roll-
what that might be?
You can roll an intelligence check.
Oh no.
14.
What
14?
dice do I have to roll
No,
for an
D20.
eval?
D20
Sorry?
and you add your intelligence modifier. So your plus so above your...
Never mind. Never mind. Don't worry about
Caliban,
it.
you see a small
One.
dark figure quickly dart out from the back of the wagon, and then kind of, you can't see it anymore because it's out of your field of vision.
Dark out from the back of the wagon.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I close the gap to the polar bears?
I believe so. Yeah, you're 25 feet away from the polar bears, so you can move a little bit further than they are if you wanted.
Cool. I would like to... I mutter a silent prayer saying, Doombringer, help me now! And I will run up to their restraints and with one swing try to cut them free.
Okay. What you need to do for me now is roll.
Oh, boy. Okay. 16.
Initiative. Polar bears. They're now in combat. Caliban is now part of the fight. What was your initiative?
4.
Go before you. It is now.
But we don't know what side they're on?
No, I told you that like the bears are chill, like on side. They know that we're here to help. So
It is Xu'Xa's
but
turn,
but I can't speak to them anymore.
and what she can now tell, without having to roll, is the wagon is on fire. The wagon's beginning to burn into a towering inferno.
I'm thinking, just instinctively, I'm thinking that's a good thing. So, sorry. It's sorry. I'm just trying to get to this. So it's burning and none of them are coming out. I don't get it.
You can't see them
I don't
coming
get
out.
that.
You can't see them coming out from
We
where you
haven't
are.
hit any of them, so why can't we see any of them even though the
'Cause
thing is on fire?
Okay, fine. The ladder's at the back. Caliban saw one of them come out. You're not sure if the others have come out, because from where you can look, you can't see the back where the ladder is. But they're probably coming out and running away.
Okay. How far can I move?
You can
Around.
move. You can move to here.
How far can I move around?
You can move to here, and you'll
If
be
I
able to
move
see.
that close to the polar bears, do I have?
Probably not. Not sure. Depends how close you get to them. You don't want to get within 5 feet of them. You can move around them. They're
Sorry,
running
just one
that way.
thing. Sorry, you haven't moved Caliban forward yet close to polar bears.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Thank you. So if you moved this way, you'd be able to see the back of the and see if anyone's running away.
Okay. I will move as much as I can towards wherever I can end up in the furthest distance that I can move. Whatever
You
that
can
might be.
now see 3 little goblins running away. Okay, one of them is stuck on the wagon that I don't want to damage, so 3 little goblins running away.
Okay.
You can fire them if you like with your Eldritch Blast.
Okay, I'll fire at the one closest to me.
Cool, roll for attack.
18, is it?
That hits, roll for damage.
22.
Right. Is it a D8 or a T10?
D10. The D8 9. One of the goblins, the closest, just drops. One because that was
Okay.
It is now his turn, but he's still unconscious. It is now the goblins all dash away as fast as they possibly can. It's now the bear's turn. They're chasing after them. Caliban's turn.
And say,
Now,
Okay.
now
it's
let's
turn.
Okay. How far away am I?
About you can
Can I get back there and do the? Can I do that? Can I do
no,
both? Or
no, you don't dash back. You're too far away to do it all in one turn. Although you get a free act, but you'd have to search him for the berry.
So I'll move back to the sled then.
Goblins dash away. They're pretty much off the map now.
how fast are the
Goblins, 16 turn.
6 they're as fast as me? Fast as the polar bears.
I'm checking.
I thought most small things were 25.
But not goblins according to this.
Wow.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, it's 30 feet.
The goblins are gaining. The polar
Sorry,
bears
the
are
polar
slower.
bears are gaining.
Oh, good.
Okay. Cool. In fact, yeah, the polar bears got him. Yeah, you
I
guys.
will do my best to keep pace with the polar bears.
Well, you're out of combat, man. The goblins are getting mauled to death.
Yeah. I go and retrieve one of the dead goblins with the car, coax the polar bears to take it out, to eat it out of my hand?
Sorry, I just have to reload the music. It's crashing. Ugh. Okay. Sorry, what do you want to do with the...
I wanted to feed them to the polar bears to try and earn their trust.
Polar bears are over there, like, mauling these goblins.
Yeah, I will go back and get other goblins and bring them to the polar bear.
Alright.
I'm guessing I'm getting weird looks from the other two, and I say, rideable polar bears. Oh.
I mean, I was thinking polar friends.
I was thinking polar bear coats. It's true.
The guy and I say, you never get to look at me disapproving again as long as we're hanging out with this other one.
Alright.
Cool. Yes,
So
can I try and tame the polar?
Hold on. I am guessing that... oh shit. Did I just close the window I was sharing?
3 minutes, yes.
Yeah, I did. Let me just reshare it, because that's not... Bueno.
No bueno.
What an idiot. I was like, share this, and then I closed it. Alright. Go back to change windows. There we go. I mean... Alright. So, does Xu'Xa find good berries on you?
Yes.
Okay, so
I would still have 7 or so on me.
Okay, so you feed him one and he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
And I devour the other 6.
Other berries, so it'd be like...
No, see, I like to think they're actually tomatoes are like small tomatoes, like on the vine. So you just pick one off, and it's just like, oh,
Yum.
So
because it takes 6 seconds to eat one properly.
the wagon is now like a towering inferno. Like the flames are reaching like over 20 feet above it. Like it's just.
I warm myself near it.
Caliban, you've had 3 months.
Oh my god, yes. So yes, can I tame the polar bear?
I mean, that's what I was going to try and do in a less macabre way, but yeah.
Well, while they're doing that, can I go inside the inferno?
You're.
Can I walk inside of it and have a look around? Because I'm resistant to fire damage.
Resistant, not immune, so it causes half damage, not full damage.
Oh.
But you'll still take some
And
damage.
that's still a
That's a
blazing
shame.
inferno.
I'm from like I've got hellish blood in me. I felt like I could walk in there and not be too worried. To be honest, I thought I could do that.
I turn to her and I say, me too, and I'm telling you, no, that's not how it works.
I'm like, no? Oh.
Sorry to disappoint you.
I'm trying to figure out where the owl's gone. I'm looking up. I'm looking upward.
Roll a perception check and I'll tell you what you see.
9 here, and then I have to add 2, so 11.
It's pretty dark, but you think you can see it flying to the distance because it's so dark.
Is it how far away is what I think?
Probably 30 feet ahead. Sure. You hit the bird on, like, a little glint, you could see it.
Can I Here,
Hard to tell. Although it's no longer in the sky, you wouldn't have heard land even if it did, because the amount of snow just kind of.
Okay, now
But you can go looking for.
I don't know if I could look for it and find
Okay.
it.
Sure. Roll a perception check to try and find. Sorry. You roll an investigation check to try and look for the snow.
Fine. I don't find it. I really think about that because I thought I'd find it.
Here, but I can't find it. You the bears, and I mean, does okay. Caliban freed them, but you had tried to speak to them, so they're not hostile to either of you. But you don't feel they're hostile to either of you. They seem to be vindicating through the goblins and eating bits of
I am steadily feeding goblin.
You get that. These are
Yes.
wild animals. They can smell what bits in them are, and just kind of seem to be angry at them.
Cool. I'm trying to give off like vibe. I say, love them, my friend.
I can't talk to them.
Any other ones? Do you want to invest? Spend some time looking around. Okay, so roll an investigation, looking around everywhere.
11. Wait.
You, if there are any other, like if you sort of counting the tracks and what you think were the amount of goblins, and you think it seems.
But they're all dead, right? They're all.
Yeah, all yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Is the one I am? Sorry.
No. Like I'm assuming like you're kind of more going one, and there's another one that I'm going up to. I've just got like offering some hard tack, and I'm kind of doing the very druid thing, like calm and just like where it's just like he like toss a bit of tack out, and then be like,
Okay.
druid senses tingling.
I take the one that's on that was stuck with the javelin, and I felt like a giant meat sickle to the polar bear.
Roll an animal handling check with advantage, Rover.
Aww.
Thank God, because one of them was an actual one. One of them was an actual one, so thank you for that. Animal handling. That's going to be it.
The poles seem friendly towards you now. Like they're concentrated on the goblins or what's left of them.
Guys, I think we should hook the polar bears up to the sled and ride them back.
I'm getting there. Baby steps.
Yeah.
We do not want to fuck this up.
Yeah.
It's to the danger, so I'm like, okay. Alright.
So the one I'm like, you're like, I think it's alright. I don't think it's closer. Like, try and like hold my hand out and kind of scratch him in that spot under here. Just get a bit more friendly, get a bit more playful, build on that. Yep.
Roll another check. But you're separately, each doing it for the animal,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
All right. 4.
8.
the like they've had as much as they wanted. It was more about revenge, but more about dismembering them. Begin to kind of walk off.
Well, what do I have? I've got nothing.
Can...
I will use thaumaturgy to make a bear sound come out of my mouth.
Right. The bears look back at you.
Keep doing it, just making as many bear sounds trying to communicate in some way.
What kind of sounds?
Like roar, like friendly sound, like roar, roar.
Without knowing what you're saying in bear.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that. I mean,
I'm starting to back away.
you can display the table as they begin to fuck off into the.
Of my life, really. All right. I roll my shoulder.
It starts to die down a bit, but yeah, it's still on fire.
I'm gonna throw some snow on it as quickly as I can, and then I want to search the wreckage for anything interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
I'd assist you in that, but like instead of throwing snow again, I'd just be like shape watering, like melting some snow and then using it to like throw it at it like a stream of water.
Okay.
I turn to it and I say, "It's literally taking longer just so you can show off."
It takes you a good 20 minutes to kill the
But I've
blaze.
heard. Turn those on. Maybe toes on.
I'm making an attack.
It takes you a good 20 minutes to like kill the blaze completely as it dies down, but you're also sort of soaking as much as possible of the wood. So now it's just sort of a smoldering pile of bits.
Anything valuable at all? Anything that survived the blaze?
Roll an investigation check, even if you're being helped with advantage.
Will aid you.
Okay.
Fairly sure there was nothing of value on the wagon. There was more of a outside of the, fine other than burnt. Well, it's probably not much left, but straw itself.
All right, come on. Get a little bit of distance in before nightfall fucks us over. And I just go to the cart and I start trying to push.
I'm going to give you guys a bit of a help. Haven't searched the remains of the goblins.
Oh, I will search the remains of the goblins.
It's just, it's more about what you can or can't do. It's some kind of help. Sure. Roll an investigation check.
Can I get a little bit of a saucy stance?
Yes. I'll
Okay.
help you look. Well.
Okay.
It's in the polar bear's bellies.
Fine. Let's
Are
get
the
going.
polar bears far away?
They've buggered off. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's the lucky today.
DM, know what an elk sounds like?
Yeah, you heard. Alright, you do that.
Any-
I know what an elk.
Oh, I gave
habit as well. Okay, sorry, I didn't know you were trying to attract.
I don't know how to say. I gave a best. I'm hoping an elk will come and help us pull this shit.
Oh, an elk. Okay. All right.
Because I can project it 3 times louder, so it should boom out. Anything?
No.
Well, I tried. Stop pushing.
Okay.
Okay. So
Now,
it takes the 3
I'm
of
pretty
you.
fucking strong. I actually strongly go live.
Way back to Bryn Shander, and you reach it. So, but only the faintest glow of kind of what should be the announcement of the dawn. It doesn't seem to get past it. It just kind of just a light twilight, and it sort of stays that way. But you reach the doors.
I just say, fuck this place.
Do you call out to open the gates?
Do we have to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy, and I say, what's my title? Or my rank?
Like local militia. I'll have to think about that.
Militant Caliban from expedition. Open the gate with thaumaturgy to protect.
Cool. And you just only see the gates and open up, being pulled by chains. And you go back in, and you park up the sled, slowly pushing it, and the sort of the guards are looking at you like, "Where's your sled dogs?" Kind of look on their faces. They close the gate back up, and you push it up to the inn. To the
I turn to them and I just say, "Huh, you need sled."
As we're like,
yeah.
the dogs are just.
Deception check with disadvantage.
Now, this is probably 7 in the morning. You guys have arrived at an interesting time. What's your passive perceptions?
15.
Oh, 11.
Sorry, I don't know.
It's 10 plus your wisdom modifier, plus if you're proficient.
It should say on D&D Beyond in the
Yeah.
corner, next to your saving throws.
Yep. 12.
Okay. So, Rover sees out of the corner of his eye in the alleyway that's just kind of next to the inn where you're going to go in and sort of, announce that you've come back successful. You see a dark shape that seems slumped in the alleyway.
Sorry, where?
In the alleyway beside the inn. So if you think that's the building here, there's an alleyway, and he notices just a dark shape kind of slumped on the floor.
Well,
I can't-
I look over because I can see in the dark. So can I
Like-
tell what it is?
Well, you haven't noticed yet, but if he tells you, you can have a look.
Yeah, I would nudge the Python. That's odd.
Yeah, can I look over and see what it is?
Roll a perception check.
I thought I could see.
But it's just a dark, like a shape that looks kind of. It's not very. But if you move closer, you can probably tell what it is right away.
So I add perception to the roll, yes?
Yeah.
So it's 12.
You're fairly sure it's a body.
Can I tell what race?
Not from this distance. You'd have to get closer.
How far away am I?
Are you telling us that you think it's a body, or have you keeping that to yourself?
Yeah, I think I've kept it to myself so far. So at what distance am I then?
Maybe 60 feet.
60?
It's around the back, in the back of the alleyway. Right around the corner of the building. This is a large house. Maybe a bit less, but it's dark. You know, the light's just coming out. It's in the shadow between two buildings. You have to get closer.
I should I tell the others to go inside?
Sure thing. I want to get paid.
Go ahead.
If you're going there, I'm going to stay with this to make sure no one nicks it before we can do handover.
Fine.
Besides, I prefer to be outside in the cold.
I look at him like he's grown a second head, and then I keep going.
So Xu'Xa approaches and gets closer to the body. Do you want to inspect it? Have a look?
Yes, please.
Okay. You turn it over, and you recognize it from the night before. It's the seemingly kindly dwarf. Sort of gave you guys a round of drinks.
Ulfgar.
Interesting. Is he dead?
He looks like it, yes.
Can I check for a pulse?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
I was waiting for you to say something like there's a giant hole in his skull or something like that. Can I check for a pulse? Sure.
Well, she hasn't searched them thoroughly. She's just turned them over, so she doesn't know the cause of death.
So it's not like his head is soup or anything. He's intact. Okay.
15.
Okay, 15. So you go to check his pulse, sort of pulling his arm out to try and check for his pulse. So you don't feel a pulse, but as you kind of pull his arm up and he kind of splays open a bit, and his kind of coat comes a little bit more open, you see that the cause of his death.
Can an icicle.
It looks like a piece of ice sticking out.
So can I inspect his pockets and his coat or jacket? If there's anything.
You find a few, bits and bobs, things. He was a shoemaker. He finds like his tools, like a couple of his tools in his sort of pouch. And on him, you also find 5 gold pieces.
Is there anything remarkable about the ice pick? Can I tell anything about it? Can I tell
He's
whether
a
it's...
glass blower. Can you tell if what, sorry?
So he's got a huge ice pick sticking out of his chest?
An icicle.
An icicle.
Like hanging from the edge of the roof outside when the ice falls.
Okay.
It's actually a sort of solid spike of ice.
The more you see it, like it's almost like a dagger made of ice, or at least the blade of it. It looks too perfect to be like a proper icicle.
Can I tell if it's magical, or can I not figure that out?
I mean, you don't have detect magic, but roll an Arcana check.
18.
Okay. You don't think it looks like ice. You're fairly sure that this is not currently anything that's magical of any kind. It's just ice.
I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I should know what else to do in this case, but I don't. So I'm just gonna leave him. Okay. I'm gonna go inside.
Yeah, that's cool. And in this case, for you, it's all you can do. Okay. At this particular point in time. But do you tell Rover what you found? Do you alert the guards? Do you do anything?
No.
Okay.
At the moment, no.
No. What did you see?
Oh, now I have to choose. It was the dwarf from last night,
Oh,
and he's met some kind of accident.
as
It
in,
seems. Accident that just happened to pierce him through the chest.
so he's dead.
Yes, he is.
Right.
What do we do? Do we tell them? I mean,
Yes.
from my background, I'm pretty sure they'd suspect me. So I'm.
But we weren't here
I
last
know,
night.
but
We went from the tavern. We have and don't think, and also, like, I get that you're a tiefling, but so is Caliban. He's on the town guard.
mm. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do we want to cut to Caliban?
Yeah,
To see what
I
he's
was
been
about
doing.
to say that. So Caliban,
Yeah.
you're inside. You see the owner, which you overheard the name last night, was Scram Sachs, is kind of sleep.
Like,
Night.
The choice.
Next to his
um, I was, no, it didn't make it. I'll just say,
there's no supplies. We need weapons to use. Excellent. And so she walks with you, and
I show her the thing. I'm assuming my companions are there, right?
yeah, like the door opens
Yeah.
and you guys are just outside with the sled right there. It's like, hello, welcome back. I heard you.
Just a little bit.
You guys okay though? Do you need anything I can do? Well, first of all, here's my reward. Ingots and like inspecting, making sure everything's cool. She gives you each a gem worth 50 gold.
I add up.
Yeah.
Actually, might be something.
What's that? What do I do?
I may be on the market for something that stops other people's weapons a bit more effectively.
Well, I'll put in a good word for you guys at the North Look. Sorry, not at the North Look. It's the Black Iron Blades. I'm sure I can extend you our personal discount of 10% of any goods bought there.
That'll do. Plate mail is expensive.
That it is. But keeps those goblin arrows out of your body.
I just pull aside like the one that went right into the clavicle that's still there. That's like it's coagulated at this point. I was like, good to know.
At this point, the other two dwarves come out, and she sort of signals them, begin to kind of pull the sled with her, and it looks like they're going to take it straight to the Black Iron Blades.
As soon as it's just kind of the three of us, like, Caliban. So, do you remember the dwarf last night that got us those drinks?
Nice fellow.
According to a friend here, he's dead. And that was his body.
Wait,
Like,
what was his body?
that,
I didn't see that.
No, I did nudge you both. Like, hey, we go there.
Oh.
That
I go over
Yeah.
immediately, like,
Right?
do I see the thing?
Well, as Xu'Xa left him, like sort of splayed open, you notice the kind of ice dagger sticking out of the top of the chest.
Which Xu'Xa understands to mean, God fucking damn it. I turn to the others. This isn't the first. It's actually why I originally came to this town. There was another one, built exactly the same way. The one I asked about.
Which
Roderick Riverstone. He was killed in exactly the same way back in Targos. It's where I work. I'm a guard there. I got wind that there was another one in, where was the third one? Or the second one, I guess?
East Haven.
The one, halfling trapper in East Haven, killed in exactly. My superior doesn't believe there's a connection, or rather, he seemed disinterested. Two, I could maybe pass off instance. I left the weapon after all, but can't be a coincidence. Some things go on.
Well, as a town, do you want
what he did.
This dwarf, no, I have no idea. I know there's a connection. Just need to prove it. But listen, this is gonna sound crazy, but I need you to try me on something.
right?
Right now, we don't know who we can trust.
This is why I usually live alone, out in nowhere, and just come to towns for beer.
Hmm. So he was killed last night.
I'm just saying, perhaps it would just do us to keep this under wraps for the moment.
I agree.
He's in the alley. Someone else is going to find him.
Do I see anything around here? Like Zelly here?
It's more. You can kind of go to other places, but you don't notice any kind of that.
Like, again, I don't do cities, so I'm going to trust you two. You kind of get that vibe, like, he's not saying anything. But it's
How
like,
covered in blood is he?
Like, not very. Like the blood kind of froze, like quickly. So he died almost instantly. You know, pierced in.
You have to be on board with it. But if I understand, I'm gonna go right now.
I have a strong stomach. Go ahead.
I'll be right back. I will go inside the tavern, purchase a tankard of ale, the body,
Okay.
feed the wound, just draw. Does he have a cloak or something?
He's got like a winter coat. Type, you know, it's fur.
I'll draw the coat around him to conceal the wound.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Shut his eyes
Okay.
and try to make it look like he's just passed out.
Okay.
I hoist him up. I turn to the other and say, "Act natural." And
He was celebrating in the inn. He's local. He has his own house.
okay, I will head into the inn and I'll say, I turn to Akeem and say,
I look at Rover like, what is he doing? What
"You
is
know
he
this
doing?
guy."
I believe he's part of town. Is he alright?
You know how he goes. Go, go, go. Just, a bit of hot. It's alright.
Alright, well, roll.
This is when you want Bard.
No, I'm okay at these.
Okay. Doesn't seem concerned.
I will make my way towards his house. He's drunk. He's passed out. I motion the guy to help.
Follow up behind whilst we make our way to this guy's house.
But you don't know where he
Well,
lives.
I asked for
Just,
Yeah.
east of town.
Yeah.
Town or in the east part.
It's meant to be more now.
I'm sorry, but this is not clever.
but
You guys have
we
ample
make a note.
opportunity to raise concerns.
I'm not helping you. I'm going back to the bar. I'm getting my.
Because we move.
Health check. You both.
Another distance because
So now we have
that
Nice. If you guys will
enough. He said,
I go and say like mind it like yes.
It's a hood.
Typical shape or something like
the last
I for long enough to
A minute.
like
okay. Just why do
if see me
oh man.
out of place.
Yes.
No. No.
Yet.
How much damage?
With
All right. Do you think we can get out of the town?
No.
You can't leave him here. That much.
Alright.
Can I look at the
As you're
houses for
arguing
any weak
this,
spots?
as you're talking and continuing back and forth, you finally hear it's like, "Oi! What's that over there? Stop!"
All right, new plan. Follow my lead. And I look up at him, arms out.
What are you doing in town?
Investigating murder, and it appears there's been another one. Follow me.
Right. Like two other people come up behind him. There's 3 guards now, sort of coming up to you. They look at the body. That's Ulfgar, that is. What did you
Inspection.
Well, what are you doing here? Like, it's not exactly on the way to anything. Why are you all here?
I don't know. I don't know the town. I was trying to find the guard barracks.
He kneels back the body. The other 2 kind of keep their... And he goes... He's good. He notices the dagger through its heart. Like, did you do
It's
this?
not a dagger, it's an ice
Yeah.
and it
It's
should
an-
have
it's
melted
an-
by now
it's
because he poured beer all over it. He poured
It
warm
wouldn't
beer,
have right now. It's pretty fucking cold.
It's a,
but it's warm liquid over. Come on, there's a possibility. I'm sorry, there really is.
okay,
Even in spite.
he sees the gaping wound and says
Okay.
the same. And it says, like, explain yourself. Where have you come from? Where have you been? Why are you even in this town?
I told him about the first murder.
Oh my god! Seriously?
Okay, so
Tell him
He
everything.
shuts you and says, where are you staying?
I just got into town. I haven't anywhere yet.
Well, pick somewhere right
What's the name of the inn where we
of the north.
the North Look?
I'm gonna go talk to the sheriff. I expect you to be there. Don't try anything. And he storms off.
What am I gonna try?
And the other 2 kind of start ushering you forward, dragging the body behind them.
I let them take me.
I think we can call it.
yeah.
I was gonna let
I
you guys
just-
have a long rest, but
Again, I'm just like to think that I'm sitting there, like a pint and a half in, and then this mob will walk in, and I'm just like, no, no,
what a terrible idea.
no,
It's perfect. Perfect. Just idea to concept.
First time.
I did. Unfortunately, I did go along with it. It's
No,
just
you
the
didn't. You
worst
spent-
and worst.
Spent so long arguing with me. We could have probably
No.
jammed him somewhere by
It
the
was-
time we.
I'm sorry.
We're trying to break in. to a house.
It was abandoned.
Guys, it's not real. That's the dragon. The consequences aren't real.
But it's this type of scenario how my character could deal with in that. Do
Yeah, it's fairly.
they'd obviously lie, but
like-
what would they say? I mean,
Anyway, thanks to anyone.
Good fun.
We had one viewer that found us, even though I haven't advertised the stream anywhere. Tifa, our stream. I don't know if she's watching. This one.
Well, if you're there,
So
if
hello.
you're there, Tifa.
I was gonna wait until you had a long rest. Decided to drag our hardware on instead of reporting it. But sure, you level up.
I like